The new campaign, everyone. We're going to be starting at level 1, playing Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus. We'll just go through a few things, campaign setting stuff, and I'll explain this landing page to you guys. It's pretty straightforward. This is like what you'll see in between games. I'm sure if you guys have played a game with me before, you've seen something similar. It'll have the party's level. And we're going to be doing milestone leveling, so you guys will get levels from hitting certain plot points. And so don't feel inclined to murder everything, but if you want to murder everything, then feel inclined to do that anyway. And this will be like the location in where we left off in between sessions, as a reminder where we are at. Party composition. This will include everyone in the current party, including NPCs and all of the players. If you're not here for a week or an NPC is away from the party but still sort of traveling with you guys, then their token will be separated from the bulk of the party's composition. And this is not in any particular order. I lie. It's in the order of which characters I like the most. So I like Ruckus the most, and I hate Zygon. No, I'm joking. Okay.
I knew that already.
Alright, there'll be war machines that you'll get like later in the campaign, and if you can collect many of them, this area will fill up with the war machines that you guys own. But we'll get to that when we get to it. It won't be until...
What if I prefer the Falcon armor instead of the War Machine armor? Anyway.
Is that like a reference to something that I'm not getting?
I think it's a Marvel reference.
Extra large slingshot.
Falcon.
Alright, hey.
Alright.
Is that a Y-wing or an X-wing? Alright, and then down here is like a grid for your marching order. So if you guys are traveling overland or anywhere really, and like then yeah, you can put in your marching order in there's 5 ranks here. So this will, if you're a melee fighter, you probably want to be at the front. If you're a spellcaster, you probably want to be at the back. And then when I can see the spellcasters at the back, I'll be sure to ambush you guys from behind. So keep your marching order there. And just standard marching order. It's like a lot of the time if you're in a town or something, then it won't be relevant. It's more like overland traveling, like when you get into an encounter, that'll be how your marching order is put on the map. And yeah, so campaign is starting off in Baldur's Gate, Forgotten Realms campaign setting. It's current Forgotten Realms lore. It's like 1492 DR, although the date and that doesn't really matter too much. I'm not going to be tracking days or the date or anything like that. You can see a massive map of Faerun here, and we're going to be down in Baldur's Gate. So it's usually pretty bleak weather here in Baldur's Gate. It's raining most of the time, and there are usually some dark clouds looming overhead. And the rain does good to wash away the blood that soaks in the cobblestone streets of the city. It's the start of the north, depending on who you ask. Some people say it's Waterdeep. Waterdavians say it's Waterdeep, and Baldurians say it's Baldur's Gate. Neighboring cities, major city there's only one major city that's neighboring to Baldur's Gate, and that is the city of El Terrell. 2 cities have a lot of history, and there's also a famous library about 5 days away from Baldur's Gate called Candlekeep. And I'll give you guys a map of the Sword Coast area. We'll go over to like have a look at the journal. There's we'll go down like the list of folders that you guys will see. So characters, that's just a list of all the character sheets. If you want to look at someone's backstory, then you can, if they've shared it, you can see their backstory there. There'll also be whatever NPCs are with you guys, their characters will be there as well. And then the next folder down is the codex. This one you'll probably refer to a lot. It's got all the handouts that you get, all the images. NPCs. You can write notes on the NPCs if you like, and some scenes and locations that you guys will see, and whatever maps that you get will be in the codex. So here is a map of the Sword Coast area. That's Baldur's Gate and the area around it. And here is a map of Baldur's Gate itself, or the environs. This is Baldur's Gate and the area around Baldur's Gate. And here is a map of just Baldur's Gate. I'll explain a little bit more about the city as well, and then I won't go into great detail about though. There's a few maps, and there is a bit of lore about Baldur's Gate. It's actually posted on the campaign forum, so if you are interested, you can read that in between games. It's just about the history of Baldur's Gate and what Baldur's Gate's like today. And like every session, I'm going to post a little bit extra lore for you guys, like the religion. And then like when you're in the lower city, I'll post information about the lower city. When you get to the upper city, post information about the upper city, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, if you get any like items as well, there's like an inventory folder, and hopefully you'll get some items. It would be weird if you played the whole campaign and you didn't get any items. So party loot, any volunteers for being the treasurer, you'll be responsible for recording all of the loot.
Yeah, I'll take it. Why not?
Okay.
I'm here almost every Sunday night. I think I missed 3 in 2 years.
All right, you get a DM's inspiration for volunteering there, Ed. So mark that down on your sheet. You can use that to give yourself advantage on any one roll. And that's it for the journal. And there'll be lots of art handouts there as well. Lots of awesome art in this campaign.
Can you put the party loot thing under my character sheet so that it's easy for me to find?
It's in the like inventory folder, like right up the top.
Oh, there it is. Okay,
probably be easier for you to find it there.
Awesome.
And yeah, that won't be in any extra folders. That'll just be straight up the top there. And so here is a map of the environs around Baldur's Gate. There's tons of locations here. But I'll give you like a brief summary of what the city's like. So basically, you have the lower city, which is sort of not really the slums, but it is the it's not the nicest part of Baldur's Gate, put it that way. It's not as bad as the outer city, but it's where the docks are, and it's where the peasants live, and it's where a lot of the trade is, and it's very dangerous. Baldur's Gate is a pretty dangerous city. Like murder is like common. Like there's going to be a murder every day, and like if someone's like killed on the streets, their bodies will just be dragged into a dark alleyway, and then it'll be left for rats and urchins to pick out the bodies, steal whatever they can. And the upper city is the polar opposite. So Baldur's Gate is sort of like up on a hill. So like as you get lower to like towards the dock, there's like a steep hill, and it sort of descends down into the harbor, and then it's elevated up towards the upper city. And the upper city is where the nobles live, and the nobles are known as patriarchs. Here is a nice handout of Baldur's Gate. It's very, very foggy as well. At night, fog just like rolls in off the harbor, and it's pretty much you can't like see in the lower city, and then it recedes when some sun shines down in the morning. The major river is the Kyanthar River, and that goes like all the way east to El Terrell. And it's also a popular trade route from Chult. Baldur's Gate is. It's like many merchant vessels that go to and fro. And so yeah, the upper city is like all nicely paved streets, beautifully tended gardens and statuary. It's where all the temples are, and there is a gate. There are actually a large wall that separates the upper city and the lower city, and several gates that you would use to gain access to the upper city. The one that people use is Baldur's Gate. It's the oldest gate here. It's named after Baldurian, the adventurer who sort of founded the city. And like all these other gates, Gaunt Gate, Manor Gate, this is like Sea Gate. These are only for Patria. So if you're not a Patria, you can't use those gates. And there are two main forces that keep the law and order in Baldur's Gate. There is the Flaming Fist, who are a questionable force. They're a band of mercenaries, and they don't have the most savory reputation. Most people are scared of them, except when they need their help from the Flaming Fist. But they're just as likely to help you, protect you from a bandit, and then go and rob you afterwards, like demanding that you pay them. They're pretty rogue. But there are some good Flaming Fist soldiers that may keep some order to their mercenary group. They're pretty zealous though. And then in the upper city you have the Watch, which is your basic guard retinue. And upper city patrol are patrolled by the Watch, lower city Flaming Fist. And they don't cross paths. So that's a little summary of Baldur's Gate. And as we play, I'll explain more about like the city, and then you have like the outer city, which is like sort of like a slum pretty much. There are several neighborhoods here, like Little Kalimshan, and Worm's Crossing is sort of the way to get south from Baldur's Gate. You got to go over this bridge here. Okay, so you guys are going to be... We'll go over to this map of actual Baldur's Gate itself, with no outer city. You guys are going to be starting in the city at the Basilisk Gate, the eastern thoroughfare. And we'll like do some character introductions in a sec. But before that, did anyone have any questions about anything about the campaign or anything that comes to mind? Cool. All right.
So is there just is there a midterm and a final for this history lesson?
Yes. And you must score at least 12%.
You'll get to know Baldur's Gate reasonably well, but good. No questions is better. So here is the coat of arms of the Flaming Fist, by the way.
I serve the Flaming Fist.
All right.
So video game flashback.
We'll do character introductions and then we'll get underway. So you can just like describe your character. If you want to say anything about your character, go ahead, like backstory wise or whatever. And the way that you guys are all connected is this dark secret that you all share. Now, we haven't worked out the details of the dark secret. I actually think maybe it might be better to reveal that like next session anyway. Once you guys get to know each other's characters, you're able to we were able to work together more like collaboratively and create this awesome book that vices you guys together. So for now, you guys have chosen a conspiracy. So the conspiracy could be like, you may have tried to overthrow the Flaming Fist. You may have tried to assassinate a powerful patriarch. It could have been anything, but we will figure out the details of that. But you all have this secret. Whether you were the instigator, whether you're a bystander, you may have known about the conspiracy, you may have instigated it, or you may have been aware of it and been able to stop it, but you didn't. But you're all somehow implicated in this secret. And that is what binds you guys together. That is the reason why you four are together. Alright, we'll do some character introductions. And we'll start off with Nico.
So, young adult, wearing leather armor with a shield and a scimitar. Tends to talk to himself, keeps to himself. Definitely looks like he grew up on the streets around here. Every so often you catch a glimpse of like a little flaming dog that seems to be trailing behind him, but every time you look for it, it seems to be gone.
Hey, and what are you playing?
I'm playing a druid of the Wildfire. Eventually, just a druid now. We're only level 1. And he's a tiefling, although he tries to disguise away the horns. They're not like fully grown out yet, so a lot of times he's wearing a hood or disguise it to make it look like it's a headband instead of actual horns.
Okay. And Ganesh.
Good day, sir. I am Ganesh. Your realm is fabulous. Lots of people scurrying here and there and everywhere. I'm from a place called Rafinka. Probably that second or third star to the right, maybe. Our peoples are much more advanced, but I like to explore. I fell into a hole, and it was dark and warm, and then there was like monsters, and then there was a flash of light, and I was here in this realm. And it's been fun. I'm gonna try to teach you guys enlightenment and the joys of matching your spiritual energy to the body. So be good students, or else.
How am I gonna kill that creature? Seriously. I mean,
I
cute.
know, isn't he cute?
Right, and here I was worried about my horns.
Okay. And
I know you've got trunk envy.
Got a lot of junk in that trunk.
Giggity.
all right. And you're
Yes, he's
playing.
back.
You're playing. A racing class, Ed.
Oh, I just told him. I
Did
was a
you?
monk,
Locks it on.
trying to teach him enlightenment and harmony with the spirit and body.
All right. And
Loxodon is what my people are called.
Zygan.
Yep, Zygon. So so Zygon was and I'll probably need to touch base with you, Seb, to figure out like a thing for him, because my background is basically Haunted One, and I figure that it's also the same reason why I am, instead of like a protector Azamar, I'm a fallen Azamar. So like I'm like sort of like, probably what happened was there was a something that happened that I was prideful and truly believed I was a true paladin of Helm, but then I fell, and now I'm sort of like on a path of redemption. So he is a relatively young, black hair, crew cut, just like he's incredibly pale, as if he hasn't been out in the sun at all. And yeah, he is a fallen Azamar paladin.
I think, Seb, you should change his picture to some scrawny little, like, 12-year-old kid till he actually gets armor.
I mean, I do have chainmail.
It's like chainmail, and then the rest of the parts are just like plastic until we like
Yeah,
buy some painted
Paper mache.
cardboard. All right, so I've got actually like a heap of good ideas for that in terms of plot hook. I would say that I'll message you and we'll figure out the particulars, but I'd say that you are probably the person who has called everyone to the Basilisk Gate. The motivations remain concealed at the moment, but everyone shares this secret with you, so you're all in this together. And,
Oh, okay. High School Musical.
Yeah, exactly.
One time at band camp, I played my nose.
All right. Did you notice? All right, Will is here. How you doing?
Apparently not well, because we can't hear him even though he's lighting up green.
We didn't hear you.
It's because I muted my mic. Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Not at
Yep,
all.
you're good now.
All right, cool. All right,
All right.
I'm doing well.
Yeah. Good to hear. Okay, we were just doing character introductions. Good timing. So just sort of introduced Ganesh, the Loxodon monk, Nico, the tiefling druid, and Zygan, the ASMR paladin. And good timing, Ruckus. Did you want to introduce your character?
Sure. So, Ruckus is a Kenku artificer. So the way I had him planned out is, in terms of clothing, he would have just rags that he picked out for himself that he thought looked pretty. And in terms of his personality, one thing to note, I'm not going to do it because that's way too extensive, but in game, his voice will change like as if he's like you're changing a channel on TV. Like the voices will be different because every word that he learned he's going to use, but it's going to be from a different person using that word. So it'll be different. He's a prankster. He loves to scare or make people laugh. So he also likes to pick up things from the people would consider trash. So cans, maybe a broken door handle. He would pick those up, and he likes to tinker with things. And because of the things that he carries, a lot of it makes a lot of noise as he's walking around with a bag full of just pretty much shit. That a lot of people will, shout out, saying, "Who's making all that ruckus?" And he ended up liking the name, so he kept it. So he refers to himself as Ruckus.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
I feed him a cracker.
All right, every
You'll enjoy it.
Every mission is a stealth mission, so that's good. I'm just joking.
That's not going to be very well. That's not going to go well.
Okay, just kidding. Okay, so that's campaign setting. Summarize. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. That's a campaign setting, sort of summarized. Baldur's Gate, Forgotten Realms, and we did character introductions. So let's get started. So again, you guys are over at the Basilisk Gate, and I'll just explain what you guys are doing here. Welcome to Baldur's Gate. It's a veritable nest of rats and vipers, clinging to the rocky slopes overlooking the Kyanthar River. From their high perches in the upper city, the local nobles, known as patriarchs, gaze down with veiled contempt upon the common rabble in the grimy lower city, which hugs the foggy harbour. The whole of Baldur's Gate reeks of blood, of crime, of opportunity. One can easily fathom why pirates and traders are drawn to this place, like flies to a carcass. Following the river farther east would eventually lead you to Elturel, capital of the Holy Land of Eldergard. Or at least that was the case up until a few days ago. The flood of refugees from Elturel has gotten worse since news first arrived that the city of Elturel has fallen. Everyone is saying Baldur's Gate is next, but no one truly knows who or what has claimed Elturel. Rumors say that Elturel is nothing more than a crater in the ground. What could have happened? What tremendous force could be responsible for such destruction? But that is hearsay and rumors, and you'd have trouble verifying those rumors because no one is allowed in and no one is allowed out of the city. The Patriarchs pay a mercenary army called the Flaming Fist to protect their interests in Baldur's Gate, by extension the city itself. The Flaming Fist has gained even more power since their charismatic leader, Grand Duke Older Ravengard, claimed the title of the Grand Duke a few years ago. Apparently, Ravengard is missing. This can be confirmed by any Flaming Fist mercenary soldier, as he has not been sighted within the city for several days. With him missing, the Flaming Fist has started to fall apart. They've sealed the city's gates to staunch the flow of refugees. No one is allowed in, or no one is allowed out. The citizens of Baldur's Gate in the lower city, they want to exit Baldur's Gate because they believe that something terrible, a cataclysmic event, will befall Baldur's Gate. Meanwhile, in the outer city, thousands of refugees flood from Elturel to try and escape into the safety of the walls of Baldur's Gate. As it is quite dangerous in the outer city, there are a number of dangers, creatures, monsters, cutthroats, thugs, thieves, criminals that are looking for opportunity. All of this was brought to your attention shortly after you guys were drafted by the Flaming Fist to help defend the city. You guys have all been hired by the Flaming Fist in this time of need. And Zygen was the one who collected you all. Whether you were staying at a random tavern in the lower city, perhaps you have a house here in Baldur's Gate, perhaps you were just passing on through and you got trapped within the city's walls. There is high tensions in the street, and the fog does little to cover the nervous tension of even the patriarchs up in the upper city, as people start calling out to doomsday. Your orders are simple. You're to go to the Basilisk Gate and speak to Captain Zodge. The Basilisk Gate pierces the city's eastern wall, and it takes its name from the various statues that rest in its niches and perch atop its battlements. Unseen beyond the sealed Basilisk Gate, a dirt road stretches through the outer city. There's a bridge known as Worm's Crossing, and then to the distant realms beyond. So you guys have just headed over to the Basilisk Gate. You may only know each other slightly, or you may be more acquainted with one another. Regardless, you all know each other, and you all share this dark secret. Okay, so some maps I will be using animated graphics, and if it's like lagging up your PC, just go to the settings and turn it off. I actually have to turn it off myself because it just bugs out the music for some reason. So as you guys head over to the Basilisk Gate, you see dozens of Flaming Fist soldiers trying to control an angry mob of commoners. They're all eager to leave the city. You're armed with only a vague description of Captain Zodge. He's tall, a male human, and he has long brown hair, and he wears a tabard proudly with the Flaming Fist emblem on his chest. And as you guys head over, a fight breaks out between soldiers and commoners as people call out, "Let us out of here! You can't keep us in here! You're going to murder us! Flaming Fist! Release us from this hell!" And you see a couple of commoners start to push up against Flaming Fist soldiers. And you finally spot the captain as he wades into the fray. "Shut up!" And this man just comes through and he just begins throwing punches. An old man tries to push forward to the gate. Captain Zodge knocks him clean out with a single punch. Knocks him to the ground. Just another day in the City of Blood. More people start to riot, and Flaming Fist soldiers start knocking people's teeth out with the pommels of their longswords. Who tried and who tested tolerate anything less than complete obedience. Not only that, as the commoners back up, and blood starts to mix in with the cobblestone streets and run into the nearby gutters. Flaming Fist soldiers lean down and cut the purses of anyone who's knocked out. Captain Zodge just sort of takes out a small side flask, unscrews it, takes a swig of whiskey. The rain sinks down and it drips from his long, brown, frazzled hair. He hasn't got a weapon drawn, but you can clearly see that he is ready to attack anyone who nears him. After you observe him for a few moments, he seems to calm down somewhat, and he breaks away from the mob.
Right, Zygon, I think you should go.
All right.
Right.
So I'm just gonna head on over to Captain Zodge and just give him like a quick salute, sir.
Hey, you!
Uh,
You're the one that I drafted. Get over here.
Everybody, check the harbor.
sir.
There's a boat taking people to Waterdeep.
Alright. Ganesh, make a deception check. You should call that out to the crowd of common folk. People just start to moan. Lies! The chains are up! I heard there ain't no ships getting in or out. Nothing smaller than a rowboat.
Well, how do you think you get to the ship? Go row.
And your deception does not work on these common folk.
Maybe the noble will buy it.
You said you had men, Zygon. Where are they?
well, we've got a menagerie, an elephant, a crow, and a bull, I guess. And
What is this? A circus? You told me you're gonna bring me warriors.
they can fight. Trust me.
Oh, they'll fight. They'll fight. Get over here, all of you now.
Yes, sir.
He sort of swings his iron gauntlet over his shoulder, sort of beckoning you all closer to the alley. And as he moves down away from the mob, 3 Flaming Fist soldiers, they come up behind you guys with their hands resting on the hilts of their long swords. Each one is dressed in plate mail and has a red tabard emblazoned with the Flaming Fist emblem.
You look like you could use some mint tea, Captain. Calm me down.
Tea? Tea? I need something stronger than that. Boy.
Milk?
Hey.
It's
Zygon!
tea from this place called Long Island.
What is this thing? You know the rules.
Ugh.
No animals
I'm Ruckus.
larger than a peacock. Oh, I haven't even gotten to you yet. What is this? The Neverwinter Zoo?
The elephant can fight, sir. Trust me.
I know, so many animals around here, like humans and...
His
elves and-
his punch,
It's
his trunk packs a punch.
He screws the lid back onto his flask and just tucks it into his belt. Listen up. The refugee crisis. It stoked fears that Baldur's Gate might suffer the same fate of El Terrell, of which nothing remains but a hole in the ground, apparently. But shit's worse than that. Our Grand Duke, Ulder Ravengard, he was visiting El Terrell on a diplomatic mission when the city was destroyed. Coincidence? I think not.
I think not.
He looks at you, Ruckus. I'm glad we agree on that, Birdman.
I agree.
I know who might be responsible. And I've been petitioned to keep this shit show in order. The Duke, Liara Porter, she's over in Chult at the moment looking after Fort Balerion. So I'm in charge now, you hear? That's what I was saying anyway. The Knights of Eltergard. They call themselves the Hell Riders. You see a Hell Rider? Cut their throat. Few of them escape the destruction. I know they have something to do with Elturel's destruction and downfall.
I kind of look at Zagan and shrug. Hell Rider?
Eh.
You can make a history check when you hear the name Hell Rider.
I got to this realm a week ago. And my 3 proves it. Oh no, I rolled a 17.
Oh, we can all roll?
Yep.
Wow, we're all a smart
can
bunch,
make a
huh?
history
I
check.
see 3 minus 1.
Yeah.
Well, I have a +4 to history, and I got a 6.
Alright, yeah, the name Hell Rider doesn't really ring a bell for Zygon and also Ruckus. But Nico and Ganesh, you guys have heard of them, although you don't know an extensive amount about them. They are the guards of Elturel. They call themselves the Hell Riders, and they're sort of your typical valiant knight in shining armor, and they pride themselves on their laws, and they patrol the streets of Elturel and the surrounding areas with great pride, and they're quite zealous. And there's always been a bit of conflict between like the Hell Riders of Elturel, like looking down at the Flaming Fist soldiers, thinking that they're sort of better than the Flaming Fist. They probably are. What a bunch of self-righteous rabble-rousers. We're arresting him on sight. But hey, arrest, kill, I really don't give a shit between me and you. As long as they're dealt with and they're off these streets. That's one less pain in my ass. But
I have some herbs for a pain in the ass too.
Right. Righto.
I don't want to know about your Callum shite, trunk man. But
Definitely use aura cleansing.
wow.
So we've been on being deputized and all. Is that how this goes?
Well, the thing is, we've been left short-handed as we're dealing with that problem. And that's why I've called you all here. And he has this small side pouch that he reaches into, and you hear the clanging of something metallic. And there are
Ruckus
these...
holds out his hands.
Alright, he just sort of looks at your hand and just kind of blows you off there, Ruckus. And you hear the clanging of something metallic, something sort of like a plate or something. And lo and behold, he has 4 Flaming Fist badges in his hand. Just a little copper plate with the symbol of the Flaming Fist. A fist on fire. And he just starts tossing them to you guys. Here. Take these. You're gonna help, right? And as he says that, the other Flaming Fist soldiers move in, and Captain Zodge has his hand on the hilt of his long sword.
Does it pay half decent?
Oh, it does. You see, I'm not really giving you a choice. You either help us, and then he looks at the other soldiers, or things are gonna get problematic for you lot. These are desperate times, and I ain't got time to fuck around.
Oh no, I hate math. I'll join. No problems.
But yes, you will be paid. But first, you need to hear what I want you to do. You ain't going after no Hell Riders. I'm not sure how long you've all been in this city, but Baldur's Gate has been plagued by the followers of the Dead Three for a time. The gods Bane, Bull, and Merkel. I thought we'd wipe them out, but apparently not. These purveyors of fear and death are taking advantage of the current crisis to commit murder sprees throughout the city. As my appointed deputies in this matter, you have a license to kill these wretches on sight and anyone who stands in your way. Find their lair and wipe it out. Eliminate anyone who gets in your way, and don't worry about collateral damage. If you do what I say, I'll see that you all get paid. And in addition, you'll have my gratitude, which I assure you is worth considerably more. And he takes his hand off the hilt of his longsword, and the other Flaming Fist soldiers just walk away. Oh, we've come to an agreement. I've got a lead for you all. Find their lair, kill them all, report back to me when it's done. A few blocks from here, there's the Elf Song Tavern. Sure, you've probably heard of it. It's a popular haunt. I have a spy there. Her name's Tarina. She hangs out there, gets rumors for me. Gets rumors for the guild. She owes me a favor. So tell her you work for me. Show her the badge, and ask her what she knows about the cult. Got it?
Got it.
Got it?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Well, get the fuck out of here!
All right.
Anybody know where the Elf Song Inn is?
Is that inside the city or in the outer city?
Are you asking that to him, or are you asking out of character?
No, do we know? Do I know?
Yeah, you know where it
know.
is. You know basic, like, any direction. So. Not that big, Baldur's Gate. It's quite small. Yeah, you can easily get there.
Alright,
And
off we go then.
Captain Zod just takes out his whiskey and takes another swig, and he yells out after you all, "Ah! And for the love of Baldur, be nice to her! Tarina has dangerous friends!"
Oh, I'm nice to everybody. It's all good.
Okay, you guys just trudge through the rain, and you can almost taste the fear in the streets of the lower city as you walk down it. The Elf Song Tavern is only a stone throw away, a few blocks at most, and you can see the scale of the city. It's like 800 feet away. Baldur's Gate is quite small. You sort of just walk on these uneven streets. Lower city is a crescent of steeply sloping neighborhoods that plays home to all the common folk of Baldur's Gate. Chaotic tangle of conjoined slate-roofed buildings, narrow cobblestone thoroughfares spanned by bridges and buttresses, designed to keep the overflowing tenements from tumbling into the streets. There are inclining steps running up through narrow alleyways, and equal steps running down to reach other parts of the city. And going through the city can be quite slow going, although the population is only a couple of 100,000 in Baldur's Gate. The streets are kind of tight and cramped and noisy and smelly. There are thousands of shops, and at night it's hard to navigate because of the fog. You'll pretty much just find your way by these eerie green lights. A green lantern will be lit out the front of an establishment to dictate that it's open or closed. And most late night establishments lock their doors and close their colourful window shutters as the river's dense fog sits in. So you guys head through this district of Baldur's Gate. East Way is home to the Basilisk Gate, the primary gateway to the outer city and the world beyond. And you see a heap of people sort of all queued up here, trying to get out of the city, and yeah, people do look quite distraught. People are moaning and crying. There are naysayers on the streets, and a short stroll, and you come upon the Elf Song Tavern. Still raining, slightly foggy. It's later in the day, and it's already a little bit dark outside, but it's only just afternoon, late afternoon. The Elf Song Tavern. It's a 2-story building, and you guys may have been here once or twice. It gets its name because every now and again there's a beautiful female elven voice that sings a song. They say that she's a lost soul, a ghost yearning for her lost love. But no one really knows where the elf originated from. Sometimes her elf song changes. So, as you guys head over to the tavern, you just think about getting into a tavern, and you'd think maybe it's safer inside a building than it is out on the dangerous streets of Baldur's Gate, but you'd be wrong. No wise person walks the streets of Baldur's Gate or enters one of its taverns without a weapon or an armed escort. Anyone who's lived in the city for more than a 10-day should know this from experience. They might appear safe at a glance, but they're among the most dangerous places in Baldur's Gate, full of alcohol, temptation, and unscrupulous people. Even you've heard a famous saying, Baldur's Gate's taverns are hard on the stomach, especially if someone sticks a knife in there. If a fight breaks out, you're not going to have guard coming to rush to save you. People are going to stay back until someone is dead or knocked unconscious, and then the poor victim will usually be dragged away, left in an alley, cleaned by urchins, eaten by rats, or tossed into the harbour if it's more convenient. As you guys approach the main entrance, you see this massive woman standing out the front of the tavern. She's 8 foot tall. She has a bleached human skull resting on an animal hide that's slumped over her shoulders. Rain pats down on her scraggly, balding head, and she wears some ill-fitting leather clothes, and she looks something of a giant. Her arms are crossed, and she's sort of half blocking the doorway, and she sort of looks at you all, gives you all a smile through her cracked lips. You want to come in?
Yes, please.
Yes, please, pretty woman.
Okay. You no hurt, Aleph, or any bar people, or me smash your head, okay?
Sounds like
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
And she just pushes the door open, and it sort of creaks on its hinges. Alright guys, head on in to the tap room, and there are a number of patrons here of all descriptions. The bar is at the back of the tap room, and you see a set of stairs leading up to the second floor, and various private rooms off to the side, as well as alcoves for drinking and dining. And there are a couple of servers here. They are male humans. One of them is this guy, Ymira, and Bolton. Guy over here. And people are just having a quiet drink. Most people are keeping to themselves, and you just hear the sound of some clanking going on in the kitchen out the back. There is no festive music or anything like that. It's very solemn.
So yeah, who are we looking for again? I forget the name.
A spy named Tarina.
Okay, so I look at each person's name tag. It doesn't look like she's not on the first floor. I'm going to head over to the bartender and just like schmooze a little bit and say, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you. I'll buy like drinks for the four of us," and then ask, sort of like, "Oh, you wouldn't happen to know someone named Tarina and that's currently here? You're asked to speak to her."
You see a youngish-looking female human, but could be half-elf. You're not quite sure. And she speaks with more experience than her age betrays. "Welcome to the Elf Song Tavern. My name's Aelith Elendara. Pleased to meet you."
Pleased to meet you.
"Why, yes.
So yes,
Tarina. Yes, she's one of the frequent attending patrons here in the Elf Song Tavern. She's usually found upstairs playing Baldur's Bones, having a quiet drink by herself."
oh, thank you so much. That was much appreciated.
"Can I
So, yeah.
get you a drink, perhaps?"
Oh yeah, I buy drinks for the four of us, just so as a and add like maybe like a silver as thanks for the
"Mead or ale?"
meat is fine.
"Very well. We have Golden Gulp. It's imported from Golden Fields up to the north. It's a fine drink for a fine soldier like yourself."
Thank you. One does as one must.
"Well, feel free to pull up a table. Fulton here will serve you any food or drinks that you need. I have some of the finest cooks in Baldur's Gate. Isn't that right, Chenna?" And she looks over at this gnome. "Oh, Aelith, you're too kind. And if you're looking for Tarina, stairs are over there."
Thank you so much. We'll just conduct our business with Tarina real quick, and then we might indulge in some food and more meat. Thank you so much.
"Sure." She pours you guys some drinks. It's this nice, quite sweet mead. And yeah, you can just take them around wherever you want to go in the tavern. And yeah, number of different patrons here of various descriptions.
Any of them look like Hell Riders?
Make a perception check. You
I
take a
don't know
look
what a Hell
around.
Rider looks like.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You can't really spot anyone in particular that looks like a Hell Rider, but no one here is really wearing any armor. When you think Hell Rider, you think like plate mail, shield, longsword. No one here is really dressed like a soldier or a guard or anything like that. Everyone's just wearing some clothes. You dare say some people probably have some studded leather armor under their clothes, and
I don't know. That looks like armor up here, guys.
some people have a short sword just like on the table, and everyone here has a weapon of some description. You do see a suit of standing armor in the corner, and it's sort of standing next to the hearth. And when you come near it, it sort of clanks and moves forward, and it moves on its own.
Whoa, how curious.
I mimic the clank.
You
By
take
the
a look
monkey
at
gods
it,
and Shiva.
and in its full face still Helm, you see nothing but air and darkness, and construct doesn't seem to express any emotion. It just steps forward looking all stalwart, and sort of does not move.
I look at Sagan. Yeah, looks like armor. Maybe that's one. You can ask it.
Aelith calls over to you guys. Oh, that's Clank. He's here to keep the peace. If you do anything wrong, well, he'll let you know.
Can I look?
Feel free to inspect it. It's just a suit of armor. Magic has given it life. I'd be warned, though. I wouldn't touch it if I was you.
I only look. And he will continue inspecting Clank until everyone pretty much goes upstairs, and he will follow suit.
It's a full suit of plate mail, though it doesn't have any like chain mail or anything underneath. The armor seems finely polished and cared for, and there are a couple of small dents in the armor.
Ah! I poked the dragon's head.
I'm going to go up.
Okay. After I see everyone going up, Ruckus will go up as well.
Okay. Alright, Ganesh, you've wandered into one of these side rooms here. And you see above the lintel, there's a small banner declaring this the Green Dragon Room. And there's a small dining room here with a human male just sitting down, helping himself to a meal. And there is a green dragon's head mounted on the southern wall.
Oh, I gotta poke the head and see if it's real and stuff.
Alright, you poke it, and the man sort of looks up at you. Don't worry, friend. It's real, but it's not alive. Are you lost, perhaps?
I turn around and face him in all my trunky glory.
Oh, you are a curious creature. My name is Rahima Sajaressa, and I knew you were coming. I have seen it.
Sure. You got a view of the front door from here?
Oh, no. Savras showed it to me in a dream. I have divined the entire day. I know every move that I will make before it happens. Such is the disciple of Savras, god of divination.
Wow.
God of fate. We cannot escape our fates, friend. Are you lost? Looking away to get back to little Kalimshan, perhaps? My little elephantine friend.
No, I just seen the dragon and thought it was cool. Never seen one before up close. Dead or alive.
You are blessed on this day, my friend. For you are with luck. Pray to Timora, because you will win on a game of Baldur's Bones. I have foreseen it. And then danger will come to you. Be on your guard.
Okay.
You must go now. It is time for you to join your friends. Upstairs.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt your meal.
Find the one that you are seeking. Oh, don't worry. I already ate this meal. I divined it, at least. I know how it tastes already. It's kind of boring like this.
Okay.
You guys head upstairs, and you arrive at the top of the landing to find the upstairs dining room. There are some lit lanterns hanging from the rafters in a room that has no windows, and the floorboard is quite creaky, and you can clearly hear the patrons in the tap room below. You can almost hear their voices right below you. And there's a couple of tables set up here, rectangular tables with a half a dozen seats. There's a couple of comfy looking divans against the north and south wall, and various doors leading into various rooms all around the dining area. And as you guys head in close, there's a half-elven woman who's rolling a couple of dice in her hand with a halfling. And the halfling woman, Willow, she looks at you all and billows her colourful looking cape over her shoulder, but doesn't say anything. And then the half-elf, Lala, she's sort of stops rolling some dice, and then she just takes out a gold piece and flips it in the air, slaps it onto the back of her hand, takes a look at it, and you can see the head of Baldurian on this Baldurian coin. She points to you, Ganesh. Imora says it. It's a lucky day, friend. Care for a game of Baldur's Bones?
How do you play it?
Ah, it's a simple game. Come, take a seat. You and all your friends.
All right.
I'd love to play, but I would love to. We were asked to come here to meet with Tarina.
Oh, come now. It doesn't take long. Do you want to double your coin? I'm hosting.
Sure.
I forgot to pray to Timora at the temple in the upper city this morning, so luck is on your side.
I put my 10 gold on the table.
Whoa. Easy now. Are you sure you want to bet 10 gold?
Sure. It's only money.
Very well then. You have prayed to Lady Luck, I see. The Golden Lady will smile upon you, friend. I'll explain how Baldur's Bone works. And, Baldur's Bones. It's a popular dice game in the taverns of Baldur's Gate. And each player requires several six-sided dice. And the rules are as followed. I'll give you guys a handout for Baldur's Bones. It's pretty much like blackjack with dice. So, there's a handout for it. So, first everyone puts the agreed ante in the pot. So, if you're betting 10 Ganesh, everyone else will have to bet 10. And everyone rolls 3 dice, and then proceeds to play clockwise around the table, with the host going last, who is Lala Stout. And on your turn, you can choose a stand or roll. If you stand, the next player takes a turn, and a player who rolls takes an additional die and rolls it. And pretty much you go until like you get as close to 21 as possible. And once everyone's had a turn, the highest point total wins. Now the host doesn't have to stop at a particular number. They have just the same chance as you guys. However, you don't get to see what the host rolls. Oh, actually, I think you do with this one. Yeah, it's a pretty fair game. So, yeah, I guess you do get to see what the host rolls too. Alright, Lala puts 10 gold in the ante, and if you're putting any gold in the ante, type it in the chat. I think it's just going to be you and Lala, Ganesh. Even Willow is just like, whoa. I like to warm up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go 10 GP.
Alright, ante goes in the pot, and just a mug in the center of the table. A little mug in the middle, metal mug in the middle of the table. And, alright, we both roll 3d6, Ganesh, so go for it. Alright, and Lala just points to you. Stand or roll?
I'll roll one.
16. Stand or roll?
I'll roll.
Bust.
Oops.
Lala scoops up the cup and empties the 20 gold pieces into her coin pouch.
Boy, the only thing that could have killed me.
Oh, looks like someone else didn't pray to Timora this morning.
That was fun.
Another game, anyone?
Well, maybe 10G was a little too much, but I'll be happy to ante up like a
Sorry, how much?
1.
1? That's
And
a good place to start, friend. Willow sort of
we can of course
nods.
play multiple.
Now we're talking. Let's have a couple of games first before we get carried away with anything serious. And Willow puts in a GP. And Lala puts in a GP. Anyone else? Alright then. Roll. Baldur's Bones, she says, as everyone rolls 3d6 on the table. Oops, I didn't mean to whisper it. She gets, Lala gets 12, and this will be for Willow. So 12 for Lala, and 10 for Willow, and 11 for Zygon. Alright, Lala points at you, Zygon. Stand or roll. 14, stand or roll. 17, stand or roll.
Oh my
Oops.
god. Yep.
And then
This tomorrow was not on my side again.
he points to Willow. 14, 15, 21. Baldur's bones. And then Lala rolls. He gets 16, 17, and they both draw. And then they just play another game. Any more takers? Come on. You can just hear the rain sort of patting down on the slate roof.
Well, that's about as much as I'm willing to risk. Still far away from my payday. Plus, my friend here just wiped himself out. So we'd really appreciate getting a chance to talk to Tarina, though.
Payday?
We have a little bit of business.
I thought you were Flaming
She's right
Fist.
Come over and talk to her. She's right here. How you doing?
If you're looking for Trina, she's right there. And she points to this this woman with curly brown hair, propped up in a bun, who has a black cloak, light armor, and she's just sitting at the table, having a quiet drink by herself.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Maybe we'll play. Well, maybe we'll play again soon. Thank you.
Trina
Right,
looks,
maybe later you'll keep giving them all some monies. Pardon me.
come again anytime, Lala says. And they keep on rolling some die. Alright, Tarina, she's like already spotted you guys coming over, and her hands are concealed under the table, and she looks up at you all, and if you come up behind her, Ganesh, then she actually sort of jumps up from her seat and just draws a short sword and points it at you, like precariously close to your neck. Who are you?
Oh, we're working for the captain, Captain Zodge, and he asked us to work with you.
Such?
Yep, and we'll show him I'll show her my flaming fist badge.
She tips her head up at you. Give me that. Give me that badge.
All right.
She takes it, inspects it, she bites it. She knocks it on the table, pulls out a
Well,
coin,
not a badge.
and knocks a coin up against it, and then hands it back to you. Legit.
He says you might tell us where we can find a particular people who follow 3.
Mm-hmm.
Sit. Take a seat. And she sort of looks over her shoulder. Not on my lap. Get off.
You were on mine. I was there first. I got a trunk.
Sarge sent you, hey? What's this about then?
Yeah. We'll start explaining to her about how the cult of the 3 or something, or
Cult of the Dead 3.
no, yeah, cult of the Dead 3. Captain Zodge asked us to try to root them out and eliminate them as much as we can, and we're looking for information on where they might be.
Oh yeah. Cult of the Dead 3. I know where their hideout is, where their base is, where their leaders are. I know all about them.
Well, that's right handy.
I'm gonna tell you, right? That's what you
Yeah.
want?
Can we just be speaking out in the open and all out here?
It's alright.
All these people to be trusted and all?
They're fine. I play Baldur's Bone with them all the time. Tarina's not even my real name. That's the least of our worry at the moment. You see...
Is there a but?
Oh yes, there's always a but, my friend. This is Baldur's Gate. City of blood. I'm in danger. And before she says another word, there is just this like eerie feeling in the air. Your hairs on the back of your neck begin to stand up. A chill that runs through the air, and you find yourself mesmerized as you're surrounded by complete silence, focused only on one voice, a beautiful elven song that washes through the tavern. And dice stop rolling, drinks stop getting poured, coins stop getting flipped. Everyone is in a lull, calm silence. Does anyone speak Elvish?
Ruckus does.
I don't remember.
Well, he understands it.
Okay. You can understand the elf song then. And this is I'll give you a handout for it.
Okay.
And I'll read it out. So this elven voice sings. Oh, sing a song for Elturel, of water, woods and hill. The sun dawns on her ruddy cliffs, and fields green and still. This land of long abiding joy, home of the song and brave, renowned by all across the realms, and never once a slave. Oh, sing a song of Elturel, when foes are at her door, her fields torn by cloven feet from some infernal shore. Arise, the mighty Hell Riders, take up your swift keen swords, then charge into the hellish fray, and scatter devil hordes. Oh, sing a song of Elturel, and when the night does fall, sleep safe beneath companion's light, until the dawn does call. We are bound by mortal covenant, that only ends with death, and so we'll sing of Elturel till our final breath.
Right. That was right. Creepy and beautiful. It was beautiful.
Alright, Ruckus, you can make a history check, and no one really seems like too sort of taken aback by the song. It doesn't really seem like many people can understand it, but Lala does, and she sort of comments to Willow about it, about the song. And Ruckus, you know that the companion that's referred to in the song is the name given to this artificial sun that burns over Elturel. It's like a big glowing orb of light in the sky that wards the area from undead. There was an attack by a vampire army many years ago, and this companion was born, this glowing light. So undead cannot enter the city or the region around Elturgard, and it lights up the fields at night, the fields of the dead. And Lala sort of looks at Willow, and like all of the tavern banter resumes immediately after the song ends. And Lala sort of comments, that's strange. I've never heard that one before. The lyrics have changed.
Ruckus's head will like cock to the left and right, like subtly, and he'll end up humming the song that he heard to himself, and unfortunately he doesn't really know too much in terms of what that could mean, so he just kind of thinks it's just a pretty song.
Alright. Also, there is something else that you glean, Ruckus. now that you're sort of putting Hell Riders and Elturel together, you can actually recall, when you were explained to before what the Hell Riders are, you recall that the Hell Riders were named long ago because they descended into the Nine Hells on horseback to fight devils. And most of them never returned, but some of them did return, and they were forever known as the Hell Riders because they rode into hell. Tarina looks around. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm in trouble. I've made an enemy or two. They're going to be coming for me pretty soon. You gonna protect me?
Yeah, sure.
You had strong
Well,
enemies.
I mean, who are these enemies? I mean,
We're looking for a friend of ours! You hear a voice scream out from the
I
tavern
think it's them.
below. And Tarina stands up and she draws a light crossbow and she backs up into the corner and she points it at the top of the stairs. I think
right.
that's
So
them.
those would be your friends then, eh? Yeah.
He nods. And you see 8 motley humans come plummeting up the stairs. You can hear their collective boot steps creaking the floorboards of the tavern. They just burst right in like they own the place. The leader is a brawny man. A cloudy right eye, a cruel sneer, and a pirate's swagger. The others are all an unsavory rowdy bunch who act equally like they own the place. They start coming in. One of them picks up like an empty cup. One of them comes straight over to the table and sort of smiles at Lala. Hey, missy. And another one starts like opening doors and looking through rooms. And the leader sort of points to all of you. Clear out now! We're looking for an old friend of ours, says the dead-eyed man. And he takes a big breath in, sniffing the air. Goes by the name of Tarina, and he points to Tarina in the corner. Or so I'm told. Loves to cheat at Baldur's bones. We're gonna have a nice little drinksy together. So clear out, or you'll find a blade across your neck. Lala sort of looks. Ew. Get the fuck away from me, creep. And Willow sort of smiles. Oh, this is going to be interesting. And she sort of just walks over and lounges on one of the divans and takes a flagon of ale with her and sort of crosses her legs. Puts her arm up on the armrest. Some entertainment for the night. Go on! Clear out, you don't want to see this, laddies.
See what are we not supposed to see?
Are you making jokes about my eye, boy? They call me Captain Deadeye. Because...
Deadeye.
Yes,
Right.
that's right. Because I've got a dead eye. You see?
Dead.
Whenever you're in town, they keep an eye out for you.
Dead eye is in I never miss my mark. Boy! Now get that fancy headdress out of my face. Before I cut that face off of that fancy headdress.
No, here's the thing: we need her, so you can't have her.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have prior business that requires her not being in your tender mercy. So I think we have something of a disagreement between us right now.
he looks down at Ganesh. What did you say to me, long nose? I bet you that would fetch a bit in the market and cleave that nose straight off and roast it on the spit. Yeah. That's it!
That's what we did to your mama's boobs.
It's
Deadeye.
It's
Deadeye
a
as
endangered species.
Alright, Deadeye just takes off his hat and sort of just grasps it in his hands. Sort of puts his head down. And then he looks up with a gleam and puts his hat back on. It's a good day for a tavern brawl! And everyone draws weapons and attacks.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, we're dead.
Oh, look at all those great initiatives.
I'm gonna cast a lightning bolt right here to right here.
You gonna hit Zygon? Alright,
Yeah, that's okay.
all of these bandits, they draw some curved blades. And they look like pirate folk. And one of them just sort of pushes forward, kicks this chair out of the way, and comes in with
a
a...
tavern brawl. You don't use knives in a tavern brawl.
This is Baldur's Gate, boy! And he swings at Zygon with his scimitar. And he misses. Right there is a bit of a suave swashbuckler. He sort of comes over here and sort of jumps up on the table. And as he jumps up on the table, he's going to make an acrobatics check. And he lands with efficiency. And he whips out his scimitar and just tries to slash you with it, Nico. 22. Gets you.
That like me.
For 3 slashing damage. Tarina remains backed up in the corner. And with her light crossbow, she's going to shoot at the guy on the table. He unleashes a crossbow bolt. The quarrel sinks into his leg. He looks down and looks up at her with ill repute. You bitch. Alright, there is a man with a cataract eye. A horribly scarred and burnt face. He sort of chuckles and
It's the Emperor.
he runs
He's
over
dead.
at Ganesh. Oh, I'll have a tasty bite of that sausage. And he tries to like get you, Ganesh, and he too wields the scimitar. He hits.
Yep.
For 7 slashing.
Alrighty.
Alright, there's a woman armed with a sledgehammer, and she sort of has it rested on her shoulder. Right. Time for some leg breaking! And she runs over and sort of just smashes this seat out of the way. And then she takes the dash action to move through the table, which will be difficult terrain. And she sort of just jumps and slides over the table. Ends her turn there. Deadeye. He has a longsword drawn, and he has a number of hand crossbows strapped across his chest. And he pulls out one of the hand crossbows and takes a shot at Ganesh. At disadvantage because he's within 5 feet. Clicks the hand crossbow, and that misses you. And then he slashes at you,
So
Ganesh.
much for Deadeye.
He ignores you and takes a slash at you. Ah! Give me that sausage!
I smack his nose with my trunk. Dunk.
Ah! He just roars. And he just is missing several teeth, and his breath smells like a dead fish.
Oh, you've been hanging out with Mom.
Alright, there is another swashbuckler woman who stays at the back, and she draws a light crossbow and shoots back at Tarina. Miss. Oh, ignore that next person in initiative. I don't think you guys actually saw it, but someone was in the initiative that wasn't supposed to be. Alright, Ganesh, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna swing at the captain.
All right, the captain is decent with a sword, but he's still not formally trained. And he tries to parry you, but you get underneath his guard and hit him. And you glance him ever so slightly.
And can a monk bonus action for unarmed attack?
Yes.
Then I do that.
Crit.
Snap to the ball sack with the nose.
Alright, you just... Your trunk just direct hit in his nuts. Oh, I think I've got another reason why I'm dead-eye now. He just winces in pain.
Dude, low blow.
Nico.
All right. I guess. Let me. Sorry. That's a spell hit. All right. I guess I'll drop a little bonfire on the bandit guy in front of me.
All right. You're gonna catch the whole tavern on fire.
That's okay. There's other taverns.
Okay.
I'll put it out.
Create a bonfire underneath the bandit, and he starts like doing a bit of a jig, dancing around as a big fire flares up from underneath him, and he just sort of screams as his leg catches on fire. It runs up his boot into his flamboyant like clothing, and he sort of falls back as he's on fire and sort of hits his head on the table and sort of lands on the ground, breaks his neck, dead.
Let's Captain, you should run away before the place burns down.
And I think it ignites flammable objects, that spell.
It does, and that's a wooden table.
Alright, well, yeah, the table catches on fire.
I'll put it out. I'll put it out later.
Yeah, got a couple of minutes before the entire place burns down. Alright, so yeah, that area is on fire. Ruckus.
Okay, Ruckus will fire at this bandit right here.
Oh yeah, sure. Don't help the elephant with no armor.
Hey, this guy's the closest to Tarina right now.
That is a hit. Alright, you hit her with the crossbow bolt, and it just hits her in the torso, and she looks down and looks up at you with a bit of a sad look in her face as blood just starts to seep through her clothing. She tries to speak and blood just starts to come out of her mouth.
Ruckus will push the table forward to kind of put like a barrier in front of him.
I'd say the table. Yeah, okay, you can do that with an interactive object. You will need to make an athletics check though.
Flip the table.
That's pretty
Okay,
big
here we
table.
go. Oh, nice.
Alright, that's good. Alright, you flip the table over to give you some cover. I'll put...
And that'll be it for me.
Alright, there is a bandit here with an outrageous looking hat. It's like the biggest hat you've ever seen.
I'm
want
going
that
to
hat.
kill that bandit and wear them.
And he's got a peg leg. And he sort of walks forward on the peg leg. You can hear it like tapping on the floor of the dining room. He chuckles
walk
at
through the
you,
fire.
Ganesh. He
You said I
avoids
should
the
join our
fire.
troop.
And he takes off his hat. And he reaches into the hat. And he pulls out a scimitar and slashes at you.
Hey Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
It misses you just. I think that's his turn
Whoa.
there. Zygon.
Alright, Zagan's going to try to finish off that bandit with his warhammer. Pow.
And you hit her and just cave her skull in. She falls to the ground dead.
Yep. And then I'm actually going to kick her out of the way and then use my interact with object to like pad out the fire.
I'm still concentrating on it, so that'll be tough.
It would.
Oh,
It would. Yeah. Definitely be more than an interactive object, and yeah, if you put your hands in it, you will burn yourself.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that.
You'd
But
need
then, yeah.
Yeah, at least
To
to
take your
dedicate
cotton
an
sock
action
and
to
that.
put that out. But yeah, as Nico said, you'd
Okay.
have a bit
If
of,
you're concentrating, man. Yeah.
when you get to spell magic, it might be easier. All right, this guy just looks over at Lala and Willow. I'll be back for you soon, love. And then he runs over to Tarina, and Deadeye sort of yells, "No! Save that tender piece of meat for me! Take out them flaming pricks!" And the bandit turns to you, Zygon. "Aye, Captain!" And he swings at you instead. And he sort of cheap shots you and slashes you for 4 damage. Alright, Tarina just sort of looks disgusted. And she just shoots this guy anyway. And misses. The bolt just whizzes across the room, sticks into the wall. "Come here, sausage!" And the bandit tries to attack you again, Ganesh. And he crits you. And he just hits you very hard on top of your trunk, trying to like cut it clean off. And your face just becomes filled with blood, and you feel lightheaded, and you just crash onto the dining room floor, unconscious,
Blood.
dying.
Ah.
And then he looks like he's gonna like keep on trying to cut your trunk off. Ha, that's it, men. Now for this horny bastard. And he comes over towards you, Nico. And as he's moving, he's gonna take a shot first before he gets into melee range. He's gonna shoot at you. Actually, he's gonna shoot at Ruckus with the hand crossbow when he's like before he moves. And crossbow bolt hits you, Ruckus. 7 piercing damage.
Oof.
Ow.
And then he pushes on through and swings at
Oh, big
Nico
deal.
with the longsword. And misses. This bandit, she's going to take another shot at Tarina. Miss. Ganesh, make a death saving throw. That is a failure. Level 1 life. Nico.
Ain't it fun?
That's good. Only take me 5 minutes to make another character. Ah.
Alright, I mean, I guess I'll move the bonfire under the dude.
Which dude?
Under which dude?
The Deadeye.
Okay. Deadeye starts sort of dancing about in these pirate boots, jumping up and down. It's a fire erupts underneath him. Gah! And he just sort of dances on the floor, and the floor of the tavern is now on fire.
Yeah, not just a little singed. It'll be alright.
He's just still looking pretty tough, that Deadeye. Ruckus.
Okay, Ruckus will find a glass, like a stein or something like that, pick it up, and then toss it up into the air as he casts Catapult, and it hovers over Deadeye's head, and as he drops it. So he just needs a dexterity saving throw, DC 12.
Alright. The captain looks up. What's this tomfoolery? And he...
Ah, son of a bitch.
Is it half damage or no damage?
No, it's no damage, just sabers suck.
Really? Catapult?
I think.
Are you sure?
You
Are you
can,
sure? Because it's a
yeah.
level spell.
Cast the spell, and then we'll find out. I think it
Wait.
no damage. There we go. Oh, your spell slot is empty as well.
Oh, I haven't used. I only casted that one spell.
Okay. How many slots do you have at level 1? 1 or 2? Oh, there we go.
2.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, for some reason it starts you with 0 slots.
Yeah, it just does that. All right. He does dodge out of the way, and the flagon just sort of splits a couple of the floorboards. That's a waste of good ale, Birdman.
Oh, okay. So the way it works apparently is, you shoot it down a line, and if the person succeeds, then the next person down the line has to make the save.
Oh,
That's a line.
so then the guy.
This guy, okay, Mr. Fancy Hat. Okay, he'll make a deck save as well. He will have half cover because it shoots. This guy gives him cover.
Well, it's a save.
There's no cover.
You get cover on deck saves.
On deck saves, yeah.
Yeah, +2 for
Oh, you
half
do?
and
Okay.
+5 for 3/4. Regardless, he dives out of the way too.
The wall doesn't, though.
Hits that bandit all the way at the end.
It goes. It misses everybody, circles around the earth, and then hits Deadeye again.
It just slams up against some of the wall. Chips off a bit of the wall.
Yeah, there is a line that would get that her too.
Yeah, but he's not there. He didn't cast it from there. He cast it from behind the table.
Yeah. Note to self: don't prepare catapult ever, and that's it for me.
All right, this guy, he just sort of steps over your dying body there, Ganesh, and he approaches Nico, and he slashes. Yeah. And he
I take
trips
an
up.
opportunity twitch.
Zygon.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity attack. Move here.
All right, the bandit will take a swing at you and miss.
And I'll try to start battering Deadeye.
Yay! Strategy. Kill the leader, make the others run away.
That hits, and you just sort of hit him in the arm. And he's just quite tough, quite hardy. Is that all I got? All right, this bandit runs in at you, Zygon, and he comes up behind you and takes a swing with his scimitar. You turn around, just hit that blade straight out of there. Then Captain Deadeye sort of yells to him, "Hey, shape up, you dog! You hit him, or I'll hit you!" And Deadeye uses his reaction to yell perilous threats to the bandit. And the bandit can attack again, or re-roll the attack roll. So he shall do that. Using using the captain's reaction, not his reaction. And he still misses.
His
You
reaction was already used anyway.
I mean, so
effortlessly
so
hit his attack away.
so Deadeye has to hit that dude now. He said it.
He'll do that later. All right, Tarina's gonna take a shot at the one shooting at her at the back of the room. Whoops. Oh, it's supposed to be a light crossbow. I'll just roll the damage. Same attack roll. Sort of hits her. Doesn't do a whole lot. Just grazes her arm. And Tarina moves 25 feet, passing by you, Ruckus, and just sort of kicks this door open. And then she sort of moves into the door, trying to get like a bit of cover. All right, this bandit is going to move up and chase Tarina down and swing it over the scimitar and hits Tarina. Tarina sort of jumps back and gets slashed across the arm. Deadeye just starts sort of dancing around a bit more. Ah, you bunch of hooligans! Forget the other ones! Kill that bitch and get out of here! And he's going to take a shot at Tarina with the hand crossbow, and it will be at disadvantage. One of you two, or both of you, get up in his face and knock his arm to the side, and he misses her. And then as that happens, he's going to slash at Nico with the longsword. And miss. And then the fire picks up under his feet, and he sort of dances over here, and he provokes from both of you two. You both hit, synchronizing attacks. One of you slash and one of you bludgeon, and he's sort of knocked up against the wall. Ah, you broke my ribs! Spits some teeth out on the ground. Ah! And then he runs after Tarina, ending his turn there. Alright, this woman will move over here and line up another shot on Tarina with her light crossbow. Whew.
Oh, goodbye, Trina.
Tarina is hit,
Damn.
and you see her fall to the ground, dying.
She shouldn't have moved.
And this woman yells out, "Got her, Captain! Finish her!" Ganesh, make a death saving throw. Success. Nico.
You guys are all in really bad spots for all the things I'm trying to do here. Alright, I guess I'll drop concentration on the other thing and I'll just take a swing at the bandit that's right in front of me.
Okay. The floor is sort of has a lick of flame rising from it still. Take a swing at him and he parries you off, scimitar to scimitar. Stay out of this, boy. You're not gonna like what you see next.
Oh, while we're playing this game, I guess I'll do that on our fallen friend.
Okay. Alright, Ganesh.
Oh my gosh.
You wake up with a stiff trunk.
Ooh, that was a good dream.
Alright, Ruckus.
Okay, so I'm going to be casting Grease right in, as this is the center. So I should hit these three guys.
Grace is how big is that? It's like 4
It's a 10
squares.
foot.
Yeah, so 4 squares.
Oh, well, it shows here, but 10 feet.
That's 3 squares. That's 15. Each square is 5.
Oh, well then,
It's
just these
because it's
two
a
then.
square, a 10-foot square. So yeah. If it was a 10-foot
Yeah,
radius,
you can't go half squares.
yeah. If it was a 10-foot radius, it would spread out a lot more. All right, go ahead, cast a spell, and they make dex saves when it appears. All right, the closest bandit makes a dex save, and
He fails.
he slips up and he hits the ground prone. And the captain, like, sort of yelling at him, "What are you doing? Stop slipping up!" And well, he's sure-footed, and he actually has advantage due to his sea legs. He makes a save anyway.
Okay, and that's an action, so I'm going to can I open this door and get in?
Yes. All right. You push the door open, and there is a fish monster that turns around and looks very aggressively at you. A Sawagan starts grumbling and quickly grabs a spear and points it towards you.
I go out the door, and I close it behind me.
Okay.
Oh, wrong campaign, man.
You can close it next turn because you can only get one interactive object per turn, but I'm pretty sure she's going to close the door anyway.
Okay. Yeah, that's it for me.
Wrong door to open. Alright, end of turn, Ruckus. But yeah, you just see like a bedroom here with, I'll describe it briefly for you. It's not just like there's a fish monster. It actually seems to be sort of like living in this room, and There's like a bathtub, a bed, a night table, a chest, paintings of coastal and underwater scenes, and the actual fish monster was sort of just about to get into a bathtub, it looked like. Somewhat civilized. Alright, this guy, he just is going to turn around and attack Zygon. Yeah! And he hits. Flaming fist. Take this, pop! And he sort of slashes you with a cheap shot for 5 damage. Ends his turn. Zygon.
This is not going well.
Shoot. Alright, well, let's go for that guy.
Lala and Willow both sip on their flagons of ale. Oh, it's going well for us. That's some good entertainment, they say. Sorry, which one?
Mr. Hat Man.
Alright, you hit him and it just whack him in the face and it knocks his hat clean off of his head and he's all sort of teeth are broken and his face is bleeding. And he just roars. And this bandit just sort of swings at you, Zygon. Come here, you bastard! And he just effortlessly hit his attack away. Tarina is on the ground, crossbow bolt, bleeding away. Alright, the bandit is going to stand up. And he's going to sort of get to his feet and he's going to just attack Tarina. Just try and like kill her. And he hits her and he just gets the scimitar, runs it across her neck and kills her. Slits her throat. I did it, Captain. What's now? Get the fuck out of here! It's getting hot! Alright, Captain. And so it's difficult terrain for the grease, and only if they end their turn they have to make another save in it. Alright, he's going to meander through the grease. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh no, he used half his movement feet, so speed. So he gets there. 15 feet. And he ends his turn there. Alright, Deadeye's he starts sort of looks at Tarina, spits on her as she's bleeding out, and 10, 20, 25, he starts to make a run for it. 30, but not before slashing at Ganesh. This is for striking me, Elephant Man. And he just slashes you across the face, rendering you unconscious, and takes a shot at Zygon at disadvantage. Miss. Alright, this bandit sort of comes to the landing at the top of the stairs to give like some cover fire for their escape. And he's going to shoot at Nico. She's going to shoot at Nico. Miss. Another death save for you, Ganesh. Ganesh?
Another one. Oh, sorry.
Death saving
I lost
throw.
me for a minute. Another death. Okay.
Alright, that's a first
Feels
failure.
familiar.
You got up and you go back down. Alright, they seem to be
And you're
making a
never gonna
break for
keep me
it.
up.
And Nico.
Righto. I'll
Alright, the table is starting to sort of flare up quite a bit and the fire spreads and the entire table is on fire now.
Well, I mean that's really unfortunate. Damn pirates setting things on fire. All right, I'll take a swing at the guy, the hat.
The hat, you hit him. And you just slash him across the neck. He falls onto the ground dead.
Save the hat.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just take a step up and around up to here.
Ruckus.
Considering they look like they're just retreating now and how weak I am, I think I'm just gonna let them. They have already killed him. There's nothing we can do. Yeah. I'm gonna end my turn.
Alright, you do
I'm
notice
just gonna wait for them to leave.
Captain's got a pretty shiny necklace on, Ruckus. Looks like pure silver. Gotta be worth some coin. Kinda shiny.
I'm aiming down my sights.
Pearls. Big gold ring with a pearl on it. Alrighty, you hit him. They would usually get cover, but you can, because there's like creatures in the
Fixate
way.
on the shiny.
You could come over here, Ruckus, for a clean shot at him, so he doesn't have cover. And that'll hit him. You just sink a bolt into him. Takes in one of his final breaths as he's like almost falling over, close to death.
And yeah, that's it for me.
Alright. Zygon.
Right. Try to finish Mr. One Eye off.
And that hits him. You just hit him over the face and he just falls onto the ground dead.
Alright. Then I'll move over here. Just over his body. Just.
Alright, this guy's gonna swing.
Oh, that's right. He's still a guy. Alright,
And
never
he
mind.
hits. And
Yeah, that's fine.
you just sort of fall forward and slump onto his corpse. Dying.
I
also.
thought that was a good guy, but that was my bad. I messed up.
Unlucky. You'll
He does
be,
look. He's got a white background and everything.
You will be there.
Very tricky.
Alright, he's gonna look down. Shit. Captain. And he takes a disengage action and he starts making a run for it. So tripping over this chair. He gets over here. Alright, Mr. Scarface dude, he does the same thing. He just takes a dash action. And he runs 50 feet. Going through some difficult terrain. Alright, Deadeye is dead. And this woman just sort of points her crossbow around a couple more times. And she just runs down the stairs. Ganesh, make a death saving throw.
Alrighty. Woohoo.
Success. And Yoti. Nicker.
I'll head over here and I'll now to eat a good berry is an action, right?
Yes.
Alright guys. Have fun next turn. Cast it now.
Okay. A heap of berries.
I mean-
fill your
I mean, I
hand
probably
up.
had a few here, but from yesterday. But you know, who knows what happened yesterday? Put out the fire.
Please. I'm just, since I have no healing right now. I think I'm going to take that necklace.
Okay. You can use a medicine check to stabilize people.
Yeah, I have a 0. I don't know if that's gonna hurt him.
It won't hurt, you just won't be able to stabilize them.
Okay, I'll try.
DC is 10. Alright, you cauterize the wound or do something to staunch the wound so he's stable, no longer dying.
Woohoo.
I shoved my dirty rags into the wound. And
Alright, so again, you're stable, you don't need to make death saves. This guy is going to just hightail it out of here. He runs down the stairs, bolting out of tavern, and so does this guy. Shit, he just says, and he runs away. And Ganesh, make a death saving throw.
Just don't roll a 1.
Well, you have inspiration, so don't roll 2 ones.
We're all waiting, Ganesh. Don't leave us hanging. We're all worried and nervous.
I thought he cauterized me.
Not you.
No.
No, that was me.
Oh, that was you. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
That's a second success.
Alright, I feed him a good berry on mine.
Okay. You
Woohoo.
get 1 hit point, Ganesh.
And then I start putting out the flames.
Okay. You can, like,
Apologizing profusely.
empty your water skins completely and throw maybe some cloaks over this fire.
Yeah,
to
if
put
you
it
just
out.
flip over that table, it would probably put itself out. Alright. Oh, I'll give him a good berry too.
It was pretty well
No,
underway
man.
on fire. It wasn't just the top.
Now that my friends are safe, I do I do want to take that necklace.
Alright. So, alright, you guys can search the bodies. And I'll just post it and Ed will put it in the party loot. So,
Okay.
he has 2 gold necklaces. They're both entwined around each other. And gold, not silver. I meant to say gold before. They're worth 25 GP each. And Deadeye has a blackened gold ring with a white pearl set in it, worth 125 GP. Deadeye's pouch, that's tucked into his vest. It has 32 GP and 15 silver. And there's also a rolled up piece of parchment. Alright, Nico, you go over and make a dexterity save.
I thought it was only if you ended your turn in it.
If you move into it as well.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I can. I'm like,
Sorry,
no worries.
AC 12.
I got you.
Alright, you slide over to Tarina. And you maintain your footing. And you slide over and check her, and she's just lying in a pool of blood. And you hear some sort of grumbling voice, and then you hear these like loud thundering footsteps. And you see squeezing in this narrow staircase is Schooner, the bouncer. And she starts yelling, "Who made blood on the floor down there? Who did this burn? Whom we have to smash head?"
I point at the dead guy.
Deadeye. Yeah, I guess we all do.
How he do that? He dead.
That's why we
Not
killed
alive.
him, because you said not to mess stuff up, and he did. We
But
were
how
just
he
trying
do
to
if
help
he
out.
dead?
He did it before.
What do you mean before? Oh, before he dead? He do this?
Yes. Yep.
Make a deception check, Zygon.
All right.
No. No. You lie. You lie me. He do this after he dead, right?
Right.
Exactly.
You necromancer.
Got
You should throw him out for being bad.
He scoops him up.
After I grab the parchment.
You
He's
quickly
spilled grease over there
grab
too.
the parchment out of his vest. Me gonna take skull. Ha! You not lie me again. Okay?
Okay.
And she's like an ogre, so she's like half ogre.
I would cook him very well before you eat him.
Notoriously gullible. Me not eat him. What do you think I am, monster?
Why not?
You want to
Said he
eat?
tastes like the sea. No. Little
Uh,
spleen is always nice.
He throws the body at you. You eat!
All right.
You clean after!
Okay.
You want this one? And she points to the other 3
Oh
corpses
no, one is more than enough.
on the ground. Alright, you killed this one?
He did.
You take it! Coin! I throw an alley! You take the coin! You kill, you take!
Yeah. All right. We go loot the other bodies.
Alright, they have 18 gold pieces collectively in their coin pouches. And 3 scimitars. And 3 light crossbow. And Deadeye also has a long sword, hand crossbow, and they have 87 crossbow bolts in total. And Deadeye wears some studded leather armor, so it's still in good condition. But you don't have time to derobe the bandits. They just look like they're wearing padded armor anyway.
What about bolts for the hand crossbow?
87.
Oh, they're
Yes.
same bolts
Yep.
as a regular crossbow?
Yep, same bolts. Alright, Schooner leans down and just grabs these bandits with her massive, giant hand, and she puts like their ankles in between her fingers and sort of strings them up like chickens, dangling them upside down, just drags them downstairs. And Lala and Willow sort of stand up and flip the table back over. And Lala looks at you. Oi! Nico. You gonna pay?
Yeah.
For my
For
burnt dice?
what? Maybe. How much are burnt dice?
1 gold piece. They were limited edition. They're my lucky dice. Now pay up, boy. And you'll do good to pick up all of this trash as well. Lucky that schooner didn't bash a schooner over your head. You're not the wisest.
Sure, I will pay for your dice. I look through the wreckage real quick to see if they're there.
Make a perception check. You sort of see like just a big black mess and take a quick glance. You're not seeing them. They may have rolled off somewhere under the couch as long as you can't see them.
Does Trina have a set on her?
Alright, you search Tarina and you rifle through her pockets and she has a set of dice. Balder's dice. Balder's bone dice.
Do you have any money and stuff?
I'll keep the dice. I'll give her the gold piece. I don't know if there were special dice or loaded dice or anything else. I don't want to blow up her spot.
Alright.
Does she have any information in terms of the dead 3 on her or anything like that? Because we just lost our only contact.
She does not have any paperwork or anything on her. And all she has is the dice, which are loaded. And you'll figure that out, that they're loaded eventually. And then if you want to take her weapons at least, something, you can take her light crossbow, her short sword, 20 or 18 bolts. And also she has 137 GP. And a 50 GP ruby. Heaps of gold on her.
Think we should bring her body back to the captain or what?
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, the only reason Captain Zodge wanted her was for her information. I don't think he would care if we brought her back.
He's gonna be right pissed when we get back and tell him that we didn't get the information. Just letting you know.
He was dead when we got here.
Could I open up that parchment that I found?
Yeah. It's a deed of some sort.
A deed.
It's a certificate of ownership for a sailing ship called the Uncivil Serpent.
Oh. We own a ship.
Oh, okay. He's just good. He just who has the bag? Is it for the party? Is it just overall what we're all carrying, or?
Yeah, like it all goes into the party loot, and then when you guys want to spend it, you can like decide who gets what sort of thing. Split it evenly.
I'll have it on my person, but it'll just go on the party loot. I mean,
yes.
At the end of the day, Ruckus doesn't really want it. He just has it. He's like, oh, okay.
Yes, for like just general stuff, it's either in someone's bag or it's like split around to lighten the burden of the carrying weight. But you guys will get a bag of holding eventually, and then things will be in there. But then like certain items like potions, like those are the sort of things that you'll have on your individual person, because
they're useful.
you don't want to be rifling through a bag to try and get that during combat.
How long does this grease stay here? Because I don't want to like drag the body out over the grease, because that just could get.
Yeah.
It's absorbed into the floor.
I think it's a constant.
Okay.
I think it's a minute.
All right,
But
and I want to grab the hat. Did we get the hat off the floor? That's thoroughly important.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
You get an outrageous hat.
Can you make the token big so I can screen cap that for photoshopping purposes later?
Sure. Where I can send you the original artwork for it.
Okay.
All right, where is he? He's outside.
I will take the.
There we go.
Perfect.
I will take the
there we go. I'm good.
the captain's hat,
Okay. It's a.
and I will put it on.
All right, you look very suave. It's kind of a bit slimy though, and smells like sweat.
That makes it that makes him like it even more. It fits in with his clothing.
So I guess we'll bring her out, because we have to bring all the bodies out. We can't just leave them here. We gotta throw them in the alley.
Well,
with the other urchins.
that's what Schooner did. She like grabbed 3 of them in one hand, and she threw Deadeye to Ganesh because she thought Ganesh wanted to eat the captain. And you guys have Tarina's body now. Everyone make a religion check for me.
Is she wearing armor, Tarina?
She just wears padded armor. Nothing.
Religion.
No.
5, 6, 7. Come on, roll an 8.
Okay.
Or a 4.
Or 4. We missed the up and down straight draw.
You had disadvantage.
All right. So again, you've heard of something like some priest can like talk to dead people or something like that. You can't remember the name of it. You think it's called Talk to Dead People spell.
Yeah. Wait, I think I actually can know that spell, so.
Let's go to the Temple of Bane or Merkel and ask them.
Is that on the Druid spell list?
There are no open temples of any of the dead cultists in Baldur's Gate.
But yeah, let's take her anyway. I still don't like her being picked around or whatever. So let's take her with us, and we'll toss the other guy out.
Carnal lusts.
All right. Well, let's take a 10-minute break now, and we'll see what you guys decide to do when we get back. I'll see you guys back shortly.
Sure.
All right.
How's everyone doing?
Good. I survived. If he got away, I was going to come back and see him in like 5 levels. Remember me?
Alrighty, so Lala and Willow sort of comment, we've really messed up our flow. Come, Lala, we go to the other room. And she sort of points to this private room over here. And they just head over and head on into that room. Take their dice, cards, whatever else.
Alright, is everybody else back?
I just got back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I don't think the other 2 are back yet.
Oh, they'll be back. They always come back.
They'll be back. It might be a tumor.
Well, what do you guys plan to do now?
Well, they said something about speak with dead.
Yeah, I guess we'll go try to find a churchy place.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back.
Lou.
I'll come back. Alright, well, the temples are all in the upper city.
Alright, let's go to the upper city. Never been there before.
Mm-hmm.
You guys heading straight over there?
Yep, I'm gonna drag the corpse and go.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
try to like hide the corpse in like a cloak or
You're
something
not
to prevent it
feeling
from.
a bit injured, tired, not gonna rest. You're on 1 hit point.
Oh, okay, yeah, good idea. Maybe we should take a short rest in this room first.
Yeah, we'll just like go down to like the we'll prop up the body like Weekend at Bernie style, and then we'll just have like a drink for like an hour to.
Okay. Alright, you guys gonna have a drink?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And what are you
And
doing with
hopefully
Tarina's
we-
body?
Oh,
Weekend at Bernie style. It's just like-
Don't
Sorry,
disturb my friend.
You
She's
guys
dead, Tom.
drag Tarina's body down the steps. Down
No, we're
into
not.
the,
I mean, we'll hide it in like a room or something.
I mean, no one's gonna really, like,
Care.
it's Baldur's Gate. And it's a tavern.
Just gonna look at them and shrug and say, she's still warm.
Alright, you guys head down the stairs and clanks up the stairs after you guys, and a moment later drags out the body of Deadeye behind it, and just comes out onto the street and just like tosses Deadeye's body down into an alleyway.
I wonder if he was the elf's lover.
And then it resumes its position back in the corner of the room. Oh, it's just a suit
Bye,
of
sexy.
armor. There's no actual, not like a ghost or anything.
Not
Schooner's
haunted, okay.
Schooner's just back out the front with her arms crossed, scaring off patrons. And Ayla sort of starts questioning you all. What was all that ruckus up there?
Well, some captain came after Tara and killed her.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I rather liked her, and doubly so because she used to spend a lot of coin at the bar.
I know, eh? Sucks.
Well,
There was
we're
blood
kinda
dripping
needing
down
to-
from the ceiling. And
Yeah, that was from the.
I could smell smoke. Schooner told me that there was a necromancer that brought some of them back, animated them, and set
I
a
think
fire.
it was the pirate guy.
I'm just going to nod. Like I'm not even good. Like, yep.
Let's get a group deception check to conceal the fact that you guys are responsible for the fire.
I wasn't paying attention. I was dead most of the time.
And Nico, be back yet? He'll be at AFK. I'll make it for him. Deception. Okay. He gets a 20.
Oh.
Alright, group check means at least half of you have to make the DC.
12.
You don't know what the DC is. Goes against her insight. She looks at you all. Right. I know Schooner's not the brightest, but I'm no fool. Are you planning to pay for any damages you've caused?
You can bill it to the Flaming Fist.
I don't care if you're Flaming Fist. I don't care if you're the Watch. I don't give a shit who you are. You've come into my tavern. And if you're not going to pay for the damages, well... He whistles, and Schooner comes in. Yes, yes! And Clank
Hey, sexy.
comes over. I could take the funds from you.
It's going to take you time to figure out what the damages are. It's a table.
I mean, how much would a table cost anyway? Like, how would we know? Like, how much would it... Like, would we be able to tell?
Yeah. It's like a gold piece.
Yeah, I'll just... Yep. I'll just give her a gold piece for, like, alright. Here you go.
Here's for the table.
Well, that's better now. So, what can
Give
I
her
get
another
you?
one for the cleanup of the blood.
Oh,
Just
I'll take that as a
drinks,
tip.
just-
That's just Schooner's job, though.
Just, meat all around and, whatever food you guys have available.
Are you looking for rooms? Do you have somewhere to stay?
No, we're
Yes.
just relaxing a little bit before we keep on going. Thank you, though.
I'm hearing mixed results here.
It's
You
a
were
no.
wrong.
Very well. Well, if you're looking for a nice room to keep you out of the rain and the fog, well, you're always welcome. I have some spare rooms available. An extra one now, in fact. And
I look at Rahima and say, you were wrong.
you guys don't have anywhere to stay, so you may consider staying in the tavern later.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
Okay.
How much for the room for the night?
Oh, well, I have some modest rooms available for 5 silver each per night. It includes a drink and meal.
That's cheap. We'll take him.
Very well. There's 4 of you, so that'll be 2 gold pieces.
All right. I give her 6 to take us for 3 days.
Oh, certainly. When you're ready,
Subtract that from 30.
Fulton here will show you your rooms. And there's some half-orc, like, steps up from his seat and comes over to you all, and he has this big grin on his face. Hey!
Hey!
Hey. Oh, is that wrong? Sorry.
A large,
I think one of our players quit.
staunch-looking half-orc. You make them into meat, didn't you? Them nosy ones.
They were
What was
yummy.
that? Sorry.
You make them into meat.
That's right. They're off to the sausage makers.
I'm Wall Knightly. I like meat.
I'm Ganesh.
I like meat too.
And then he just like smiles, and you're not really sure where this conversation's going. Like kind of awkward. I catch rats.
Nice.
What's the biggest rat you ever caught?
Size of my arm. Down in the
Wow.
cellar it was.
Did you use like a line and a hook or an arrow?
Nope. I bashed it with a big stick.
Wow.
And it
must have
squealed
a
and
stick to bash a
died.
rat.
It
You must
was.
have a really big stick to bash a rat.
Yep. I did it for Aelith. It was fun.
Awesome. Excuse me.
Well, maybe you should see if there are any more rats down in the basement.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Yep, that's what you do.
And he just keeps on awkwardly standing there. And this old man that's sitting at this table. Do you mind? Can you go let out that bellowing laughter elsewhere? I'm trying to write here. Ha! Right! Writing is for dumb people. Aleph! You want me to get more rats? He goes over to Aleph. And this man, bald-headed man, he looks like a monk, dressed in a brown monk's robe. He's quite scholarly, scribbling in a small book. I lost my thoughts. Oh yes, you can share a seat with me, if you like. Name is Ulrich Whitmarth. Pleased to meet you.
Hello. Do you know any clerics that speak with dead people?
No, but... Cleric that speaks with a dead person? Why, that's an excellent idea! See, I'm a playwright. I'm in the middle of writing a script, and I had writer's block. But... Lady Timora! It's as if it was meant to be. Yes! A cleric? That knows a spell to speak to dead people. Why, that's just the line I was missing. Say...
That would be 5 gold pieces. As he holds out his claw.
I was going to make you a counteroffer. In fact, I was going to offer you a draft of my script.
That's silly. You can't drink paper.
No. A copy. It's not fully finished, but why, you could write the end and leave it open-ended. I'm just a struggling artist, you see. Just a single gold is all I ask.
So we give you a good idea and then you ask for a gold piece?
I've already applied the discount. Oh, don't worry then. Eventually I'll scribble up something to keep my belly full at night. Well,
Hey,
if you're not
do you
going
know
to
where
help me, then you're hindering me. And you can find another table to sit at.
I walk over and whisper to him. Do you know where the Dead 3 can be found?
What?
Anybody with connections?
Those brazen cultists? They're out of bloody control! And what are the Flaming Fists doing about it? Nothing! They don't even have their leader. I'm not sure who I'd be more daunting to run into on the street. A cultist or a Flaming Fist. Either way, the results would be the same. You'd be lying on the ground with your head beaten in, lying in a pool of your own blood with your coin gone.
I show him the badge.
Oh. Did you steal that
Oh.
from someone, little elephant man?
No.
If you think that badge is going to command you respect in here, think again. You're nothing more than a bunch of glorified thugs.
And you're a half-baked playwright.
Ha! At least I have my integrity.
At least I have money.
Don't you have some peasants to be robbing or something? What are you doing
Don't you
standing
have a-
around here while blood runs thick on the streets?
I'm trying to buy
Don't you have
information
any
from
place?
you on how to stop it.
Ha! I've heard enough of this. If you won't move, I will. And he gets up and grabs his script. Pah! Hufflepuff.
What?
No, Slytherin.
Hufflepuff?
He goes over to a private
That went
booth.
well.
You can all opportunity attack him. I'm joking.
All right.
Okay. So that went well.
All right. Let's take the body then to the cleric.
Do we know where the cleric would be?
Yeah, in the upper city.
Okay. You lead the way, and I will follow.
Okay.
And yeah, you guys can roll hit dice if you want.
Yes,
Keep
please.
in mind, yeah, you're taking a short rest. It's dangerous in Baldur's Gate. Very dangerous.
Oh.
Did Zygon quit?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and use lay of hands to get 4 more HP.
Okay.
Nico quit. Haha.
He's not back yet. He must have
He
That's
dropped
a-
to the chat too.
AFK. He must have had to take care of his kids or something. He'll be back. All right, you guys exit the Elf Song Tavern and run back on the streets of Baldur's Gate. It's getting quite foggy, and fog has just completely filled these narrow, buckled streets, and some of the scent of the seawater and stench of piss has sort of been wafted up into the streets, and you see rats crawling around, and the area is lightly obscured. And the upper city is over here.
All right. We'll go over there.
All right, as you guys move through the lower city, you just sort of meander through all these buildings, and you don't have any encounters. And you come over to Baldur's Gate, and you come before the entrance into the upper city. And there is a massive wall, 20-foot high wall separating the upper city from the lower city. On one side there are dank, sort of impoverished streets, and on the other side there are grand halls and beautiful fair.
Ooh, the fair.
So as you guys get here, there is a couple of members of the watch standing guard at the front of the upper city, and there is a gate, and the gate is closed.
Okay.
And the members of the watch, they are sort of stop you all. Hold, and give you guys a handout, if I can actually find it, of what the city watch look like.
Oh no,
In the
they're
upper
handing out
city.
flyers.
Let me just update this handout, because people have lore about the upper city, but I won't share it with you guys just yet. So this is what the upper city looks like, and you can see arched buttresses, fine tiled streets, alabaster buildings, foppish nobles, and heavily armed guards, members of the watch. They carry truncheons, they wear splint mail and breastplates, they have heavy crossbows and long swords as well. And couple of these members of the Watch are here. And yeah, they just stop you.
Greetings.
You're a bit late there, pal.
I know, eh? Official business, Flaming Fist.
Flaming Fist. What, are you new or something?
Yep.
You're a bit late, I said. Gates are closed.
So, open them.
What did you say to me, boy?
Said we'll open them.
They ain't opening for no one, unless you've got a watch token or a patriarch sigil. It's
Sure.
sundown now. The upper city's closed for the night. If you needed to get to the sea tower of Baldur, and well, you're shit hot out of luck. Ain't no one getting through this gate at this time of night, at this hour.
I reach into my handy haversack and I got 10 of those tokens. See?
You don't
Pull out
have a
10
handy
gold pieces.
haversack. Okay, you
Well,
pull out
alright.
10 gold pieces. Oh, yes. Huh. Them watch tokens. Alright, but be warned. You know the rules. You may be Flaming Fist, but once you give up them tokens, no one ain't allowed walking around the upper city streets. So take these, and he takes you again 10 gold pieces, and he gives you each a watch token, which is just a small circular beaten bronze token with the symbol of Baldur's Gate, the emblem of Baldur's Gate stamped onto it. Anyone stops you on the streets, you show them that, right? Only patriarchs supposed to be walking around here at night, and I dare say you best not be flashing around that Flaming Fist badge either. You could
Oh, not
cause
in
some
this area.
trouble. We've heard that you've had your Duke misplaced, and patriarch folk aren't too much trusting of you during these trying times. Oh, run
Yeah.
along then. Be gone with you. Make it quick.
Alrighty.
Don't go staying out too late. Alright.
So you walk through and I look at that. That was kind of cheap. I was expecting to have to pay like 20 or something.
You gave him way too much gold. Way too much.
Yeah, well.
Little bit.
The typical,
I don't
like
know.
the usual entry fee without a watch token is like 2 copper pieces. But
Ooh.
Yo.
the upper city at night is restricted access, even for Flaming Fist members. Because the
See,
watch.
but now we got a helper. Anytime we need something up here, I'm sure that guy's gonna help us.
But yes,
Yeah.
he may recognize you, and also patriarchs do fund Flaming Fist, but the patriarchs will usually give their like exclusive security a patriarch token. It's like a token with the house sigil on it. At the moment, the Flaming Fist is
that's
kind of
nice.
displaced. Anyway, you guys head up into the upper city, and there's like a grand stretch, and you just see a place of beauty, and it's just a complete opposite from the lower city. It's a home to the patriarch aristocracy of Baldur's Gate, a place of beauty, a place of splendor. There are magnificent public sculptures standing alongside historic manors. There are upscale theaters. There are boutiques and tiny stone-walled gardens tucked among the streets like hidden jewels. Flowers bloom along the tall-lined streets, ushering away any stray miasma that escapes from the less fortunate streets below. You see some patriarchs going about their business dressed in fine silks and velvets. Some of them have gold braid and mink. Some of them wear water-clear diamonds and luminous pearls. They're a common sight in the upper city, hardly glimpsed elsewhere except as cheap imitations. Any one of these patriarchs walked into the lower city wearing this stuff, and they'd soon find themselves joining the other corpses in the alleyways. And alright, there are several main temples in the upper city. So all the temples are sort of over in this area, and these are like noble estates. And then there's like the High Hall and like I'll describe to you guys the main temples here. So once upon a time, there probably were like places of open worship of the cultists of the Dead Three. Bane, the Lord of Tyranny, Bull, the Lord of Murder, and Merkel, the Lord of Bones. But much of these deities have lost their power. But their faith still commands respect and fear throughout the city. The open worship of them is frowned upon, but it's not illegal. And there may be some dank, hidden, exclusive temples where you could go and pray to these gods. But there are no you can't just go to the Temple of Bane, for example. The temples that you can go to there is the High House of Wonders, which is the Temple of Gond. And I believe that's actually a pretty nice handout for that as well. Scenes and locations. Here we go. I found them. So here's some artwork. The Baldur's Gate Gazetteer is like a pamphlet pretty much that has information in it, and that's what I'll be giving you guys handouts of the lore between sessions. That's just a couple of adventurers prowling the streets of Baldur's Gate in the lower city. Here is the emblem of Baldur's Gate, the coat of arms. So the High House of Wonders that's the High Hall, sorry. That's like a political hub. High House of Wonders, that's like the Temple of Gond. So the temple, like the god of invention. And here's the upper city handout again. And here's handout for the lower city. This is what the lower city looks like in comparison. The streets are still well maintained, but you can see like in that handout, there's like rats prowling about. And that's probably like an entrance to the upper city, with members of the City Watch just posted to make sure no renegades slip into the upper city from the lower city. The Temple of Gond, there is a Temple of Helm, and that's where like the Flaming Fista, they usually revere Helm. So known as the Watchful Shield. There is a Temple of Ilmater, which is struggling in the face of perseverance, and they are a god that believe in suffering and pain and pushing through and surviving and whatnot. Everyone must be tested through pain, sort of thing. Temple of Ogma, which is like a god of knowledge, and the temple is known as the Unrolling Scroll. There's a Temple of Seamorph, which is a lesser deity, a god of nobles. Temple of Timora, the Lady Luck, the god of luck and fortune. And there is also a Temple of Umberline, the evil bitch queen, as she is known as. But her temple is actually down over here. Known as the Water Queen's house. So.
What was the knowledge god again?
Ogma. Yeah.
Maybe we should try our hand at going to Ogma's temple?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah, I mean, one temple's as good as another. Except I think we shouldn't go to the one to the three, because if we're looking for secrets from them, that would be just awkward. Like so.
I think we should go to the Helm one, since all.
Yeah, I'd say the Helm one seems like benign.
Well, right, all those high and pious folks are all about the same. So, I mean, they'll all do right by us as long as we pay them our gold and any of the good.
Helm is a god of good and stuff there. I'm sure I'd like to see an end to killing by the three. Like,
Right, but doesn't he believe in like justice and the rightness and all? Like he wouldn't probably take
Exactly.
where to a bunch of people just going out and hunting those folks. Do you think?
Oh, if they're killing
I
them,
mean,
well,
if they're evil,
is-
then I think that'd be fine.
But is
Okay.
Ogma evil?
No, Agma's
Neutral. I think it's like a neutral.
Neutral.
Yeah, it's got a
I
knowledge.
feel like
he doesn't
if
care
their
who's
knowledge,
fighting,
maybe they might be able to have the knowledge to cast a spell and speak with the
I
dead.
was thinking whichever one was making us have to carry this corpse
Right, which one's
the least way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Because
they're all
these
sort
upper
of-
city folks aren't going to take likely to us carrying around a body through their city and all.
All right. I imagine you guys have the body somewhat concealed.
Yeah,
And,
like
uh,
Weekend at Bernie style. Got our arms around the shoulders and looking like a drunk.
three-legged race to each side.
Like maybe a throw over her. One of you guys have her slung over your shoulder. All right. So all right. Well, Helm is the revered deity of the Flaming Fist, and the temple is
Sounds
known
good.
as the Watchful Shield.
I'm on it.
Works for me.
All right, if you guys want to go there, this is where it's located.
Yep, that's fine.
Oh,
It's even got a shield. Nice.
All right, as you guys make your way here, the streets are sort of clear around this area, and night has the sun has fallen behind the mountains, and you see magically illuminated lanterns light up these streets, almost on cue when the sun goes down, and everything is brightly illuminated. And you just sort of look around to see beauty everywhere, and you almost forget about the crisis that's going on in the lower city. It's like a different world up here. And you see members of the City Watch. They're sort of patrolling, and you guys probably move to try and steer clear of them. And
Yeah, I got these two things as being the urchin. So
okay, as an urchin, you the gate guide connection. All right, is that I think that's an actual Baldur's Gate specific background feature.
yeah, I'm from Baldur's Gate.
Okay,
I've been here.
so yes, there's like a code, torch-based code, and also you can like do a particular knock. There's like an agreement with like all of the urchins and the peasants of Lower City. If you're ever in trouble, you give this specific knock at someone's door, and they're obligated to take you in and protect you, whether you're being chased by the Flaming Fist, the Watch, or a member of the guild, or any other danger.
Right, yeah. And then observing a building, they can see what is kind of going on inside based on the torch code. At least that's the way I'm reading it.
Yeah. And as you guys make your way over, you sort of take some side streets there, try to avoid the typical patrols of the City Watch. And there are a group of entertainers. They're just some street buskers, sort of singing and dancing and parading their way through the streets. And there are a couple of members of the City Watch heading straight towards you guys to question you or what you're doing out on the streets, because you're not dressed as patriarchs. And you actually use the entertainers as cover, and you quickly slip into the Watchful Shield before the City Watch get you. They sort of will get caught up. The entertainers banging cowbells and stuff in their faces. So you guys get to the Watchful Shield, and it's a very, very stately looking temple. It's grand. It's like 30-foot high. It has a pitched roof, and there are 4 alabaster pillars supporting the main entryway, a set of grand looking stairs leading up into a massive long hall where you can see some acolytes and disciples quietly praying, and some of them have these censers with some burning incense, just swinging them around, and you see banners lining the walls. There are banners of Helm, the Vigilant One, and banners of the Flaming Fist lining the walls. And at the very back of the temple, there is an altar, and you see a couple of priests standing around, and you notice a a body just sitting near the altar. They
It looks like someone else got here first to ask.
have
Oh,
a
great!
hood.
There's a dead speaking queue now in these days. Can't catch a break anywhere.
There is a hood over this person. However, the hood only sort of extends from their shoulders up to cover their head, while their actual torso is naked and reveals just like a muscular male's body. And then they just wear some brown pants, and it's like lying face down near the altar. And there is a holy symbol of Helm carved into the back of this person, and a priest. He's not dressed like your typical priest. He's wearing full plate, shield, and a morning star in his hand, like he's ready for combat. And he just sort of greets you all, protectors of the innocent. And then he comes over and he kicks over the body, and the face of this body is revealed, and the person's head is completely skeletal. There's not a lashing of flesh on it. Hollow sockets. Like the skull has been almost, it doesn't belong with the body almost. It's just a skeleton, a skull, but it's attached.
Does it look like it was burned or just like
No.
just?
Held upside down in a rat pit, and the rats ate it all.
This is
That's
the
a
result
disturbing thought.
of Bull. Death's head. Some good Samaritans have left this here as a token for Helm. Protectors of the innocent. What brings you here? To the watchful shield, my children.
We have questions that we can't ask.
Rather, we have questions that only. We had a question for this friend of ours who unfortunately was killed.
Now they look down with the flaming fist. You said these were their patrons, or are they separate groups? Or?
The Flaming Fists come here to pray. They are a lot of the Flaming Fists. They worship Helm.
Okay.
Have you brung me another? The cultists. They run rampant on these streets. But
No, this fine lady's she had some secrets for the captain about these cultists, and you know, she got dead before she could tell us the secrets. So we were hoping that you could talk to the deads and get the secrets so that we can maybe get to the bottoms of some of these things. You know.
there is little a miracle that the Helmite clergy cannot perform. Who is the name of your captain?
Captain Zodge.
And
Yeah, Captain Zaj, and then she's an informant for the flaming wrist fists. You know.
Helm
So yeah.
does not judge
That's
motives. Helm does not judge the reasons why you have come here. Helm only wants divine justice. And if communing with the dead will bring justice apparent, then it shall be so, but be warned. Necromancy is frowned upon in our clergy. Some say that you will be cursed if you commune with the dead. Some say you should let the dead rest. But I say we should be vigilant during this time. And you are doing a service for this city to protect. So very well. It shall be done. Have you brung the offerings?
Right, coins. As I was just thinking that everyone likes coins. I'm not a good churchgoer too much. I don't know how much these offerings usually are offered for, but what would be a good offering to Helm for for this, do you think?
The standard price for the casting of Speak with the Dead is 150 gold pieces.
Jesus.
No, we can't speak to him.
However, you are Flaming Fists.
Yes. Yeah, I got a badge and everything.
What is the name of your captain?
Zod.
Write it down for me. And
I'm
he
not
just
good with the letters. I
hands you
mean,
a
if
piece of
somebody else could do
parchment.
it.
Very well then. This will come out of the coffers and into the accepting coffers of the Watchful Shield. I will inform your captain that the deed has been done. This will take us time. I'll reach out to Zodge.
Right.
Is there anything else
How
I
much
can help
time?
you with?
How much time?
You should know by tomorrow. This ritual, it takes time to prepare, and when the time is right, we shall commune. I'll get the message to Zodge, and then he
Nice.
will contact you, I presume.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, yeah, we go way back. We're like practically his favorite fists.
You are brave to come to the streets of a night without the token of a patriarch. I could tell by your lack of funds. You best be watching yourselves for justice.
Oh yes, for justice.
Just speaks to you through his full-faced helm and didn't really get a good look at the priest.
Nice.
And that's it. He says he'll contact Zodge, and then you guys just gotta wait for Zodge to contact you back.
All right, back to Elf Song, I guess.
No, that seems like a bad place to hang out. I mean, we did just trash their entire upper floor.
Well, we also did just spend 6 gold to rent out rooms.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
literally just
Oh,
rented stuff there.
They actually paid for
Oh.
the burnt table and then made
I
up.
wasn't paying attention to that. So, good on you. Good on you guys.
Okay. All right, you guys double back
Getting all fancy with the rooms and everything. Look at that.
through the upper city, and as you're traveling, you have to go back to Baldur's Gate, which is this gate here, because these are patriarch gates. There is a scream, a shrill scream coming from maybe a block or two away. Sounds like a female in distress. What do you
You know,
guys
folks,
do?
you hear that all the time in here. You know, it's people live in and letting live. That's kind of what I'm saying. But I mean, if you folks want to go and check that, I'll follow along, of course. But
Yeah, I'll check it out.
that was basically the wrong choice. But you know, people make wrong choices all the time. So
Okay. You guys
Well,
run
your
through
customs
these
are weird.
finely tended streets of the upper city, and you come to a statue of a ranger with a little hamster on his shoulder. Looks like a popular statue. It's a statue of Minx and Boo, and there should be a lot of people, tourists,
cover my eyes.
or there should be quite a lot of people here coming to visit the statue because it's a popular location. But the street, town square, yeah, it's surprisingly empty, and there is some other trouble afoot. You guys have just sort of come in from an alleyway, Nico leading the way, and you can see a big group of cultists. There is a lot of them, and there is a couple of unconscious people on the ground. They've been struck with some blunt weapons, and you see some other patriarchs running and screaming, "Call the watch! Call the watch!" And there's like a canal that runs through here, very, very stately, and they're grabbing this woman and just like sort of dragging her off. It's it's night, but it's like pretty much broad daylight because the streets are so well illuminated. And there is a lot of them. All right, you see 4 Bay Knights for starters. Each one is wearing chainmail and equipped with a shield. There is a black handprint painted on the shields, the symbol of Bane. Whether or not your characters know it's a symbol of Bane, well, you'd need to make a religion check. And they look like this. They're heavily armored. And there's 4 of them. And then there are these 2 scraggly looking men. They've got like, they look completely unshaven, they wear robes, and they carry these censers, which is like effectively a flail. Right? It's a human skull on a chain, but the eyes of the skull glow with necrotic energy, and they gleam out a purplish light, sort of swinging them around. They could be used as a weapon.
I start edging backwards.
And there are 3 robed figures. They have no actual physical appearance. You can just see your typical black cloak and dagger style. Can't really see any face or anything like that. And yeah, they're just like kidnapping people off the street, basically. What do you guys do?
I run away.
Okay. Ganesh is going to retreat. Feels like he's in over his head.
Yeah.
Yep. A pirate beat me up, and a guy with a funky hat. Yeah, these guys look more dangerous than that.
Yeah, that's a lot of them. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Well, you guys definitely
shout out like, "Oh, here comes the watch," and then
actually, as you say that, one of them calls out, one of these night blades. Ah, it's the watch. And as it turns its head, you see like a skeletal face from beyond the road for a brief moment, and they turn invisible, the night blades, and they just like grab this woman and they start running off with her, and the watch come sort of running down after them, sort of chase them away. But they did like just kidnap this woman off the street. Yeah. And then you guys get away from that area because you don't want to die.
That's right.
But it appears even the cultists of the Dead Three have somehow made their way into the upper city.
Being smart puts us at level 2, right? So now we can chase them.
well, we at least now we have our own secrets to go telling the captain, man. So maybe.
Yeah, you guys have already hit the next milestone, so you'll be level 2. You just need to take a long rest. All right.
Oh.
You guys quickly slip back out through the upper city and hand back your watch tokens back to the watch. You're expected to on exit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You have to give up the watch token. And that you can try and like conceal them or whatever, but
Yeah.
okay. As you guys make your way back through the stinking lower city,
What are the watch tokens made out of? Are they metal?
there's a beaten piece of bronze, and it just has the symbol of the Baldur's Gate, the coat of arms stamped onto it. And basically,
Okay.
you need to have either a watch token or like some sort of proof of that you're like a patriarch. You're working directly for a patriarch to actually go into the upper city at night, even if you're flaming fist.
In the thieves' tools, does it have like a little wax thing that I could take an imprint of one of these? Try and make one later if I had to.
Yeah, I think Ruckus actually has like a forgery kit or something too.
I just have a thieves kit, but yeah, actually I don't have a thieves kit. I don't have any kits.
Alright. Well, actually, yeah, that would be a forgery kit, but yeah, you guys can buy some. You'll go through what was it like. You can pretty much buy anything from the player's handbook here.
Right.
Alright, so as you're making your way through the lower city, this woman, she just sort of bumps into you guys. This rough and tumble woman. She looks like she's lived half her life drinking in a tavern. You meet her down near the docks, like missing some teeth. Got this like scraggly blonde hair, and doesn't look like her dress has been washed for many, many days, and she stinks like alcohol. She's got a big scar over her face. Hey! Are you all? She comes sort of stumbling up. Flame Fist, help! Help me!
Thane preserve us.
And she's sort of about 50 feet ahead of you all, stumbling towards you all.
Is this our, do you think this is our business and all there, folks, or?
Help me, Flaming Fist!
I mean...
Alright, we stop here and wait for her to come to us.
She looks like she's calling to us, or is she just like
she
calling
is.
in general?
Directly to you guys.
Oh.
Yeah. Does
What do
it
you
look
want?
like what exactly does it look like is chasing her?
No, she's very casual. She's not being chased. She's not running. She's stumbling towards you all. And when she gets to you, she starts chuckling. You're all under arrest. No animal larger than a peacock allowed within the walls. Look, there's an elephant and a bird, and they're big.
Oh yeah, but I think you're a little mistaken because these fine folks they're allowed to be here because they're not like an animal. They're like a person animal, and I think person animals are different than animals. Animals.
She sort of goes to slap you on the shoulder, but ends up slapping you a little bit too hard and sort of slaps you on the face a little bit, but not meaning to, and then you have to catch her before she falls over.
Pretty sure if she just slapped me in the face, I'm not catching her.
Just joking. Ooh, you look strong and tough. Are you looking for work?
No.
Good. Wow. Any of you? No. One job. Job? They're hiring down at the Low Lantern. Bouncers.
What kind of job?
Bouncers and that. There's some of your kind there too, Birdman.
Oh, that's not good.
Sort of points to you and sort of... You're worried that she's actually going to fall into the harbour. And as she's talking, like... The fog has just sort of creeped in. And, like, if you're not standing within 10 feet of her, like, you can't even see her now. The fog, it's just, like... It's so rapid. It's just... You find yourself just, like, completely... surrounded by fog. Visibility is limited to 10 feet. And you just see, like, the tall silhouettes of buildings, and you can hear her screaming voice. Well, I won't keep you up, Flaming Fist, because I know you got a big job to do, and you got some stuff to do. And just remember, they're hiring at the Low Lantern. Bouncers. If you like to bounce, that's your place. Right. Well, excuse me. Excuse me? Do you know the way to the Low Lantern?
Do I know the way to the Low Lantern?
Make a history check. Pretty popular destination, yeah. It's down the street.
Pointer and...
Third dock, past the warehouses. It's a boat tavern.
Yeah, third dock down there. Don't fall in the water though. It's cold.
Right. And then, like, she just pretty much disappears into the fog.
Yeah. And stay off the sauce, bird.
Woo! And you guys continue on, and doesn't really seem to be any trouble visible on the streets, but of course you always have to watch your back walking around Baldur's Gate at night. But you get back to the Elf Song Tavern, and you're in one piece. You can see a green lantern glowing, guiding your way to the Elf Song Tavern. And might help if I get your tokens. Alright, you head on in and you see the same patrons are pulled up in here for the night. Same patrons that you'd encountered when you came here earlier. A couple of hours later now. Aleph smiles. Your rooms are ready.
Awesome.
Rooms?
Cool.
We got more than one room? Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
There's a living the high life.
I had a complaint from one of my guests, however.
I got one, and you three got the other.
You can't go just walking into people's rooms. Well,
Oh, we didn't know it was people.
I'm warning
Oh,
you.
we apologize.
I cannot be held responsible for any aggressions brought upon one guest to another. Well, Fulton, take them up to their rooms. Right. Come with me, Dowell. Up we go. Fulton takes you guys upstairs. The burnt table is still there. And, right, there's one room here for you. And one room here. And he pushes open a couple of doors. And you see a plain looking guest room. There is a bed, a footlocker, and a table. And a red and blue curtain over the windows.
All right, go in, close the door. Does it lock on the inside?
It does, and he gives you a key. Here's your key.
I lock it and I go to sleep.
You gotta give the key back when you're done. Alright, you go into one of the rooms. Alright, and there's one over here. This is all we got now. It's a fancy one. And he pushes open the door, and there's a fancy guest room over here. And again, he gives you guys a key. A very richly appointed room. Velvet curtains, framed paintings of ships, a canopy bed, a night table, a sea chest, and a wardrobe. And it even has its own private dining room. Only one bed though. Hope you don't mind sharing or lay down a bedroll on the floor. It's the best we got. If you don't like it, well, it's off.
Tough.
Wow.
Fair.
I never understood why folks paid for this when there's right good sleeping outside, but sure. I'll be okay huddled up over here.
Some people don't like getting their necks cut up and all that. That's why.
Yeah.
I know you little urchins have got your ways through all the winding streets and that. One of them days, Baldur's Gate's gonna catch up with you though, boy. Now, you rest your head, you're safe here. We got Schooner and Clank looking after the place at night. And keep them windows locked and shuttered, would ya? Don't go opening at night. It's hard enough to try and keep the fog out. Once it's in, it's hard enough to try and get it out. And you guys can all take a long
Which
rest.
side is the little dining room on?
Here. Oh yeah, you can open the door. Ta-da!
I'll hang out in here. Peek out the window.
You see nothing. Just fog. That's it. Can't
I
even
never
see 2
understood
feet.
why they much put windows in these types of rooms, but sure.
And there are wooden shutters to sort of protect the window at night. Alright, if you guys click your token, you'll see a long rest button, maybe. If I click stuff right, you might see it. So everyone can take a long rest, and you guys reach level 2! Yay!
Yay!
You can level up now or after the session. Up to you guys. But
Yeah, we'll level up now. Oh,
sure. You can level up now.
it takes a minute.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
Well, for me, it will probably take a little bit because I have to add all my spells.
Yeah, if you want to
Yeah,
pick
me too.
spells or not, or whatnot, just just pick them for next session. All right, so you guys all have a bit of a rest, and you wake up in the morning to like a very loud banging on one of your doors. You in there? Hey! Wake up!
Okay, we're waking up.
Is this you, Flaming Fist?
Sir.
Still sleeping in?
I'm awake.
Get the others up. Guys, go and wake the others up.
Yeah, I'll yeah.
And you don't even know what time it is. It's still like dark outside. Got a message from Zod. He sends his thanks for retrieving the corpse of Tarina. Bit of a shame that. It was a nice bird. And you see this is a member of the Flaming Fist. Rightly so she is. Oh well, it happens. Live that dangerous life and you get it coming to you. I mean, Isio is like a member of the Flaming Fist. You saw him over at the Basilisk Gate. Had in heavy
That's
armor.
what I like about this world. You people here are so easygoing with life.
Well, I didn't come here to talk about any philosophical bullshit. I came here to deliver a message. Now, got some word. They were able to speak to Tarina from the deaf. And she had this to say. Bathhouse, Lower City, nymphs, and pixies. Make with that what you will. And I've been told, make sure you're keeping on the job. You're keeping on the job, aren't you?
Yep. We'll figure out what. Yeah, we'll figure out what she said right away.
Right. Zodge is relying on you all. It's his reputation on the line. And I'm not going to tell you this again. But he's told me to cut your throats if you fail the job. So let that be a bit of healthy motivation for you. Right?
Alrighty.
Good. You're doing well. You keep up. Keep them heads up. Got cultist bloody bastards slaughtering people, kidnapping people off the streets. And this bloody bitch, this Hell Rider, I don't know how she got into the city. She bloody nicked me good on me arm, she did. I almost brained her with the pommel of my longsword. But she ran off. So they're out there. You keep an eye on them, alright? I got a good gauntlet onto her face before she pissed off, though. She'll be feeling that one. If you see her, well, bring her to me alive. I haven't had my fun yet. My gauntlet's still all nice and raw. Alright.
Can we give him like a little lowdown about what we saw? Just to take him back. Say we saw up in the High City some cultists be snatching a little bird right out in the middle of by the statue there.
Upper City?
Watch. Yeah.
None of my concern. Leave that for the watch, is what I say.
Right.
Look at this fucking place. What's wrong with you? Burnt tables and shit? Puh. I'm out.
Happens.
And Isio walks off. You can hear like the crunch of his heavy armor. Rail away. And you just had those that hint. Bathhouse, Lower City, pixies and nymphs. That's a clue.
Does that like ring a bell for any of us? Like any bathhouses with like a pixie and nymph?
History checks. History checks for all. Actually, you've got like an urchin background, right, Nico?
I do.
Do you have anything
on the streets for like 13? No, just those other ones.
stuff.
The ones I
Yeah, post them
done.
again.
Do you have anything that helps you find buildings or whatnot?
It doesn't. Just says to go between, like the urban
Okay.
sprawl. You can go between. Yeah. It says
get-
city secrets though, but it doesn't really.
Okay. I'll give you advantage on the check because you're a bit of a street urchin here in the lower city. Baldur's Gate's not very big. All right, Zygon, Nico. There are a few bathhouses in the lower city, but there are more in the upper city, so you can narrow it down pretty easily with those hints. There is one in the lower city. It's quite close to the upper city, and you remember this particular feature. It's the gate and the walls around the courtyard, engraved with images of smiling nymphs, dancing and frolicking in water. That is up here. During the
Well,
shop.
I bet they mean that old bathhouse up by the upper city there. There was some nymphy crap going on outside there, I think. Could be wrong though. I mean, if you guys got any other ideas, but that's kind of where I was thinking.
I have no other idea of a bathhouse. I do not shower, so we'll take
Right.
that as the best course of action.
Yeah.
All right,
Sounds as good a plan as
it's
any.
close. 1,500 feet. It'll take you guys 30 minutes tops. All right, you guys. By the time you get your gear on, the sun has risen and it starts to slightly cut through the fog, but still, it's like navigating a maze. You still can only see about 20, 30 feet in either direction. That's if there's not buildings covering the way or a steep hill or something. It's very, very hilly, Baldur's Gate. It's quite tiring just to walk around as well. But you head on through, and you almost practically get intercepted by some crass merchants. Fine silks from Cholt. Hey, you. Looking for something particular, friend? I've got cheap prices, friend. You need a new breastplate? I've got you covered. What do you want, friend? And these slimy merchants just sort of surround you guys pretty much. There are 3 of them. They just look like some commoners. They're dressed in some pretty filthy looking attire. They're unshaven, unkempt. But they dangle around a couple of gold necklaces and stuff. What's your poison? Is it poison? 2 males and 1 female. They look like a mixture of humans and elves or half elves. Can't quite tell.
Leave off. We're on our way somewhere.
Oh, friend, don't be like that. What do you need? You gotta need something. Everyone needs something. Listen,
We'll be needing something. We'll be coming here and finding it.
you want to give a little extra bite to your blade? I've got some rare unguents imported in from Cholt, made from a plant that can kill a man in a single prick with its thorns. Come, friend, I've got a selection of poisons and this. And he does the whole trench coat, opens his trench coat sort of thing, and you see the handle of a firearm, which are banned in Baldur's Gate. In fact, black powder and firearms are illegal ever since the spell plague.
Ooh, I want firearms.
Yes, you do, friend. 250 gold and it's yours. And it does 1d10 piercing damage. And I'll give you a handout. I've got a heap of handouts for shops that I'll share with you guys. Yeah, if you are proficient with crossbows, you are proficient with firearm. I think actually Artificer is specifically proficient in firearms.
Yes.
Okay. What can
I
be
look at
yours,
party.
friend?
Can it be mine?
Yeah, come on, friend. What do you say? It suits him. I
Sorry, don't
guarantee
mind.
you, it's
None of my business how he wants to spend his coins.
fine working, my friend.
Means there's his coins. He can spend them how he wants.
I have 10 gold pieces.
Oh, friend, you're bloody
get more
killing
coins.
me. Come on, rustle up something now. This is highly illegal here, but I just think you're a man who has a fine taste.
This is all I have.
Well, if you want to find me, come around here at the same time any day, and I'll find you. I'll be waiting for you then. If you can last another day in this godforsaken city. Alright.
Ganesh. Is he there?
Ganesh?
I'm here.
Oh, you forgot to put the 137 gold pieces in the 50 gold piece ruby.
No, it's in there.
Oh, I only see 50 gold pieces.
Oh, we got 171 gold pieces.
Maybe close the handout and reload it. It probably didn't update.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, I do see the 171. It's in coin.
Alright. While you guys are
Oh,
moving
okay.
through the lower city, if you are interested in buying anything, you can get anything from the PHB. And I was going to give you guys these handouts next session, but I'll give them to you now so you can look. I mean, it's just anything that's in the PHB. Armor, weapons. You can't get mounts inside the city because no animals are allowed inside unless it's smaller than a peacock. And these are some prices of food and lodgings. And there seems to be some shady people that could get you some poisons. And flintlock pistol is available if you need to get it at some stage. That's what it does.
Hey, do you roll another d10 if you roll a 10 on the d10?
No, but you get to do D10 damage, and it's like one-handed. Well, it has a loading property, but you had what is it?
So it's every second round you can use it.
No, you can use
Well-
it every round. You just need the crossbow. I think it's crossbow expert, and you ignore the loading property, so you can pretty much. have it
Well-
on
Or
hand.
there's an artificer thing that
Well-
does it too.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I have a repeating shot, so it pretty much just foregoes that. Said it ignores the loading property if I enchant the item with that.
So you can like use
That's
it
why
with
I
a
was
shield
like-
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
why
you
I
don't,
was like,
and it makes
super
its own
excited.
ammo too, which is extra handy for guns.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, also, if you want to sell anything, you can sell anything at half the price. And just looking at your stuff there, you've got a couple of scimitars and crossbows that you may want to sell. And there is a suit of studded leather armor. Usually that's an upgrade for someone. Does anyone want to take that? Or
I use scale.
And can druids go studded? It's kind of like metal studs.
no.
It's kind of on the gray area.
Studs. And it says they're not supposed to wear metal, but
Yeah, studded leather. I don't think a druid. Just the fact of having that metal on them, it would explode.
Yeah.
It's icky.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I might be interested in buying if we have the cash is like for an upgrade to chainmail, getting what was it? It's splint, right? It's splint is the next one at 200.
Yeah.
Maybe you can sell your chain for half, and then
Yeah.
Does
Yeah, we can use what's left to buy me a healing potion.
anyone want to buy any adventuring equipment, like some good things? I don't know, like ropes or lanterns or anything like that. These things always come in handy.
Maybe a thieves kit.
Do we have? Can you use it?
Yeah.
These
Anybody can
tools
use
are
it.
handy.
Yeah,
Well,
anybody can use
I'm
it, you just aren't
proficient with it.
Yeah.
To pick
I'm
locks,
proficient with it.
you usually need to be proficient to actually pick locks, but depends on what you're doing.
Well, Artificer gives you a free proficiency with it. So
Alright.
thieves
I thought
kit
starting
and,
characters had a kit of all the ones that they're proficient in.
I think that's like if you're a rogue or something.
Okay.
Maybe Artificer doesn't have that. Alright, well, adventuring gear. This is a list from the player's handbook. If you guys want to buy any stuff, I would recommend taking a look because certain things are very useful. Lanterns, ropes, things like that. You don't already have that stuff. These tools are 25 gold pieces, I think. Where are they? Are they not even in there?
I might need to borrow some from the party loot because I feel like that's going to be very helpful.
You should read that party loot addendum.
Where is the tool?
What it end?
The one right next to where it says party loot on the party loot there at the top.
Oh,
Ganesh retirement.
I still need the money though.
Alright, Thieves Tools are
It might get
25,
us more money.
25 GP, so cross that off the party loot, and you can pick up some Thieves Tools. One of these guys will give you a kit of Thieves Tools for 25 GP.
And we'll buy that flintlock pistol sooner or later.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I don't know if that's fair, but I do want to, like, I think the first thing should be armor for me. I could be right, like, since I'll be the front line and probably taking as many blows as I possibly.
Yes, Juliet. Oh,
Yeah,
never
that's
mind.
fair.
Alright, oh yeah, when you guys get more gold, you can buy some more expensive stuff.
Okay, how much is the splint?
Splint is 200. So chainmail is, let's look. So I can
So you got
sell that for
146
half. How much? Let me do. So armor, splint is 200. Chainmail is 75. So I can sell that for 37.5.
Okay.
So whatever the difference is.
All right, so 146 plus 37.
Are you buying the chainmail now?
No, he's selling it.
I mean, sorry, you're buying
Oh,
the splint
splint.
mail now.
I think so. Yeah.
Alright, if everyone's in agreement.
Yeah, that's fine. Fine by me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna wipe that out. We now have no gold. And one necklace for 25.
Well, we should probably sell off those scimitars and those crossbows and those other armor and stuff. If you want, I can add them up.
Sure.
You can sell all that stuff, go down to the market, or these merchants will take them off your hands.
3 scimitars, 3 crossbows.
I see it. Yeah, I'll put it in. We don't have to stop here.
Alright,
Anybody want to keep the hand crossbow? Or?
I really want to get the pistol, so I don't think I'm going to need the hand crossbow.
I mean,
Keep
you
up
can
as
use it
well.
for now while we haven't bought it.
Yeah, we don't have enough.
Well, I'm using the light crossbow.
And we got
so-
that the
Read it.
necklace and that ruby we could cash in too if we wanted.
Well, I mean, the thing is like with the hand crossbow, you can wear a shield while your hand crossbow.
Well, he
If
can.
you think that's worth it.
I'm probably going to be staying in the back until I at least get a pistol.
So
Okay.
Because
Ed,
I do more damage.
how
with
much
it.
gold did you take from the party loot?
I took 147 gold from the party loot, and
I
one
took
of the
25.
necklaces to pay for the splints, and the 25 from his was taken earlier for the thieves.
Okay.
So
We
right now
still
I've got 15
about
silver
200 gold pieces there.
worth of stuff. Yeah.
So you could maybe sell the other stuff to get the 50 gold and buy the firearm too.
We could.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, I'd rather buy this stuff now, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna
especially-
it's gonna give you guys a massive edge, that 1d10 at level 2. Gonna be
Yeah, so it's 150. So we can get 75 just from the scimitars and the crossbow. And what's
Right.
the leather?
And I got a black and gold ring.
Yep. So you can sell the ring, cash in the ring, the ruby, and the necklace, and the studded leather and the scimitars.
Is 22. So that's 197 gold, 97 and a half gold just for the 3 scimitars, the 3 crossbows, and the studded leather.
And I'll spend my 10 gold pieces on a shield.
So
now
we'll keep the hand
18
crossbow for now. Somebody might use that, and then to just cross off the 3 scimitars, 3 crossbows, and the studded leather.
How much?
Put in 97 and a half gold.
All right. Well, with that, then you should have 47 gold, 5 silver, and also cross off those gems and valuables.
No, it was 100 and whatever or
And that
something,
would be
so that was
200.
already in half.
And that would be 250.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, we are broke.
Okay.
Fair enough.
You're
then.
rich in stuff.
There you go.
Exactly.
All right.
It was 39.
You guys get the yeah. There's a little bit of bartering going on, and if you guys are a few gold short, he doesn't care. All right. So you get the flintlock pistol, and
Okay.
all right. You guys do a bit of wheeling and dealing. Spend a little bit of time with the merchants, and then after that, head on over to the bathhouse, and the fog has started to clear by this time, and bathhouse is in front of you now. A 1-story stuccoed building with a stained glass window and clay roof tiles. There is a 10-foot wall enclosing a large courtyard outside the southeast corner of the building, and there is like a gate blocking off exit, and there's a man standing at the front of the gate, and he sort of says to you, "Ah, friends, looking to relax, massage perhaps? Come, the smiling nymph." And the actual latticework gate is featuring a smiling nymph dancing and frolicking in the water, and this fresco continues around the outside of the actual wall itself in a beautiful frieze, and he opens the gate for you guys to come inside, and everything looks peaceful and fine. It's just a masseuse, and doesn't really look like the place that cultists would lurk around. And as you guys enter, we'll end today's session there.
Alright.
Okay.
Okey-dokey.
So, a flintlock pistol +1 and 18 armor class. That's insane.
Cowboy.
Yeah. I guess I could be the offhand tank too.
Oh, that's right. You can like
If
turn it
anything-
into like
if
a
anything.
magic weapon, hey?
You can
yeah.
be
Okay, you need the repeating on it though, right?
Yeah, I already have it on there.
Okay.
And that and
Can you put both on the same one?
I think I can.
Yeah.
The way I was
Or
reading
if,
it, I didn't
if,
think you could. But
What is it?
if you said you
What do you do with it? It's like I read it. I can't remember. You like enchant it and then.
Yeah, so I pretty much choose between 4 of the infusions, and I can swap between them for between each level, and they're permanently enchanted until I die, and then it disenchants after 7 days. But yeah, like I got the which says like it grants +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls when making a ranged attack, and then it ignores the loading property if it has it. It says if you load no ammunition in the weapon, it produces its own, automatically creating 1 piece of magic ammunition when you make a ranged attack with it.
And
then
infusing the.
yeah, it's a
Infusing?
repeating shot.
Well,
It's a
yeah, magic.
It's an infuse.
So one of them's infusion. It's the tinkering that can only be on one, where it's like it does
Yes.
the minor thing, like a message or a light, something like
Yes.
that.
By the way, I don't know if you saw me type it, but I did say that I was tinkering with the badge that I got.
Okay, I didn't see that. What did you do?
I just made it to where it would shine a light.
Okay.
So whenever I was in a dark area, because I don't have night vision, so I was just gonna use that as a torch that I can pin onto myself.
All right. Remind me of that next session when you go somewhere dark, and then I'll adjust your light source. And
All right.
I think it's really cool that they've got a new class now for like the first time in 5e.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm learning everything on the fly.
Yeah, you can infuse other people's stuff though. So if you wanted
Yes,
to,
I
like,
was actually gonna infuse. Zagan's armor, so you would get a
Okay.
+1.
okay.
Because I can't put it on my shield, I don't think.
But how many
Mhm.
infusions
Oh,
can
okay.
you go around at a time?
Looks like it's two for now.
Two.
Yeah,
for now.
two.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
then it gets
Sorting
more.
out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 2. It becomes 3 at 6th level, 4 on 10th, and 5 at.
Oh, yeah, I see that. And then you can wear like 6 magic items.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's gonna be fun.
I think you only get up to 4.
I think
They
it's
changed-
6. It's 6. At
Infused items goes up to 6. Yeah.
No, the number you can
The attunement.
infuse, but
The
the attunement
attunement.
slots goes up too.
I think
thought
so.
that
Goes
was
to
only their
6.
cap zone. The Soul of the Artificer was the only one that gave them.
It caps at. I'm looking at the
think
class
it's
feature.
I think they
Magical
changed
item
that.
master. 18th level, you can attune up to 6 magic items at once.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And
it's a lot.
I could go akimbo with 2 flintlock pistols if I wanted to. I could
They're
just
not,
dual wield.
You would need the dual wielder feat for that.
Right.
But yes, that would.
But
be
I was planning on just going with the pistol and shield. I think it would make me a lot more bulkier. How do you do health on level up, by the way?
average rounded up, whatever.
Okay.
Average up rounded up is.
It's
Alrighty,
better
guys.
that way. Anyway.
We'll talk to each other in the Discord channel during now and next session about the Dark Secret, and then like that can sort of come out a bit next week, and I'll look at a way of incorporating all of your backstories, and you guys can sort of work together to see who will play each role of this secret. So we'll get that all figured out for next session. Thank you guys very much. If you got any questions about anything, message me anytime. If not, I'll see you next week.